people? How y'all doing? Welcome to another beautiful day in this competition. We're about to see so many different teams go absolutely wild. Yesterday was so much fun, and I hope you did have fun. I mean, we saw teams like Astrum, Mercenaries go absolutely wild, and there's some teams that are looking to catch them in that top spot. When I last checked, it was 53 and 52 points that they both had respectively. Mercenary had a chance to come back up in that one and take over that spot, and it was just quite a very I don't know if I would say frustrating, or I would say when the hmm, when the arrows, or they are sending your arrows from your village, because I don't understand how Astrum doesn't play the last match, and Mercenaries were just about 3 points behind. All they had to do was win, not even win. All they had to do was maybe have 5 points from that game, and they would have been on top. But regardless, they did have quite a very interesting game yesterday. They're just trailing by 1 point behind the boys from Astron. That is also teams like Astra 3C, who fought back, closed the gap yesterday. And man, when I'm saying close the gap, and you still see 20 points between them and the boys of Mercenaries, you can just imagine how wide that gap was before that final game. So there were so many interesting things to see right there, and I'm hoping to see the same amount of action that we saw in the previous games yesterday. Are we going to see some teams step up, or are we going to see the same teams like Astro and Mercenaries 3C all go absolutely wild? And you can see right there from the fraggers, the top fraggers, you have guys like, Madness, who, of course, were going totally crazy yesterday. 13 eliminations to his name, alongside with Glixie there, who was going wild too as well. Of course, that's Astrum and Mercenaries, and it's right there reflecting. These are the guys who are on top of the leaderboard. Of course, you still have all the way in that fifth spot, Riley's from 3C, who's also showing his stuff. So these are the guys who are in the top four, and they continue to show exactly what they're capable of. Now we're moving into the schedule for tonight, and we're starting off with Erangel, and then we'll move into that desert, the Mirama. Go back to Sanhok, where things are going to be absolutely wild, and then we will shift back to Erangel, that map where teams are totally used to, and we will see the chaos today. We got 4 matches lined up for you, and it's your boy Agfire who's going to be taking you through every single game. I'm going to be joined pretty soon. Okay, he's running late again today. It's making it quite a thing now, but don't worry. Isaac is going to be joining us pretty soon, and he'll be taking us through the games alongside with me. So yesterday I did place a caster course on some teams, and sometimes it worked and most times it did not. So who would I place that course on today? My money is still going to be on 3C. I mean, well, it can't be too much of a cost if at the end of the day they came, it came out in fourth place so far. Okay, so someone can say I'm biased because I'm a fan of some of the guys there, but it is what it is. So you know, we're going to check them out. But regardless, there's so many different amazing teams that we're going to be watching. There's no gaming too as well, who I also believe can do a lot better in this competition. We haven't really seen them go absolutely wild. They're a very great team. We've seen them for many, many seasons across several different competitions do go absolutely wild and prove what they're capable of. But we'll see how that pans out today. There's also the boys from Invincibles. That's another team that is very capable to perform excellently and should be all the way on top of that leaderboard. But regardless, let's take a look at where the map is currently situated. And you can see that flight path cutting across all the way from that north towards that southern side of the map, directly in between that middle. So there's a lot of space and a lot of, there's a lot for the teams to work with when it comes to going to their respective spots. But we see some teams heading towards Severny. We might see some action there. And there's also some other team heading towards that Stolber region. We'll be curious to see how this one continues to pan out. We saw some early action yesterday in the military base region, and we'll see if that continues. Isaac will be joining us in just a bit. And yeah, how do you guys think today is gonna flow? How's it gonna be? How's it gonna be? What's up, guys? How you doing? How you doing? Well, okay. Day two. Day two is you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Remember, guys, to hit that like and hit that subscribe. Send the stream. Send the stream. Send the stream to all your friends. Make sure you send the stream to as much people as you can. Okay, share the stream as much as you can. Isaac will be joining us in just a bit. And Isaac, when you join, please just start speaking. Just start speaking, okay? Or at least make sure your mic is on Discord so that I can hear you. But he'll be with us in just a moment, guys. You can see that part going all the way towards that southern side. We got Zen and the boys from 3C just rotating around each other. We might see a skirmish ensue between the two of them. I'll be curious to see, what goes down, who gets the first knock, and who puts down the next team to the ground. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we're on with the boys from Tribe as well. They're another team that's quite capable. Topsy, Diablo, and Hyder. And, they've not gotten, the amount of points that they probably would have hoped for in yesterday's game. They still find themselves in the top 10, by the way. So regardless of not having quite the amount of points, things can, turn around quite quickly. They can rack up those points and find themselves in that top 5 if things go their way. So we'll see how this one continues to play out, as we do know that Top C is quite one of those players who can put in the performances in this game. So let us know right down on the chart who you are to be supporting. Share the stream out to as much people as possible. Tell your friends, your brothers, tell your mom, invite your sisters, your wife, your side chicks, everybody. Get them to join the stream as soon as you can. Okay, share to several different groups, all the group chats. In fact, put all your babes in one group chat and share the link there. Then you can leave the group chat and allow them have conversations. Okay. All right, let's get ready. Let's get ready. Today is going to be exciting. I have a great feeling about this lobby and how things are going to, pan out. I think that UA is obviously going to try to see if they can get a whole bunch of points today and climb up, but they've come into this game with a 3-man squad, and that may not pan out too well for them. But if they take things slow, find a way to get into that top 5 at the end of the day, get a couple of kills, just rack up maybe 2 or 3 kills across the way, go for the third parties as much as they can, make sure they don't lose anybody else, then maybe they might just be able to put in a good performance in this one. But Glixie and the boys, yesterday they were absolutely outstanding. Glixie is the one who is, in that second spot. Well, no, I mean, you can't say he's in second spot because obviously him and Madness are the two, joint MVPs so far. They're currently sitting down on 13 eliminations to their name. Now that has got to ring. Like, one person has 13 eliminations. To think that Hash, the entire team, has 13. So just him alone is doing enough, to put his team in that 11th spot. Just him alone. He's getting the numbers. He's doing well. And Madness too, as well, is another player who is doing well. So, Motherland, are you with us now?
Yes, sir. I am. Good evening.
Welcome. Good evening, boss. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm very much excited about what today PUBG's got for us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yesterday was basketballs at every single corner. The boys from Astrum as well as Mercenaries were giving us quite an outstanding gameplay. If you remember, Astra 2 as well, and 3C. There were so many things to note in that game. But for me, the highlight of yesterday's game, to remember, and guys, if you didn't watch it, make sure you go back and watch it, was, was it Yoshi from
Umoja?
Yeah, man.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Final circle.
2-piece, final circle, clutching that winner chicken dinner. That was amazing. For me, that is so far the highlight of the entire tournament. Regardless of whatever happens, he's made a name for himself. Guys, and if you didn't watch that, go back and see that. That was an amazing chicken dinner won by Yoshi. CQC two-piece, taking out on two people and clutching that winner with a chicken dinner. That for me was an amazing clip to see. That's what we live for. That's what we want to see in the game so far. And do you think we'll see any of that today again?
Absolutely, I do think that yesterday people were kind of getting used to the tournament. People were trying to, understand what's going on and how you're gonna definitely play. And so hopefully today people are more comfortable. People are more warmed up in the tournament, and they probably sized each other up pretty well. And so definitely we're gonna expect some more clutches, some more gunfights, and probably some more better tactical positioning as well. And I can see that Astro has already lost a player. I don't know how they lost a player. Is it that they came in a 3-man? I'm guessing they came in a 3-man because nobody has received any
Mm-hmm.
elimination for that. So I don't know. Sometimes
Yeah.
I tend to wonder high level tournaments like this, and some way somehow we seem to have lapses with people turning up, and some teams do turn up with fewer members. I still can't get my head around it.
Yeah, well, it could be a thing about schedule. Sometimes it just happens, and some teams are, not able to pull up at the right time. But regardless, we turn our sights onto the boys from Neon, and you can see them going up against No Gaming. These are two teams that are absolutely aggressive. Jags and Evil at this corner. You can see those nades now being prepared, getting set and ready to go. Who gets to drop his first and who sends the other to the ground? Steroids feeling a little bit of that damage too, as
Ooh.
well as he goes down. Now the boys from No Gaming are trying as much as possible to see if they can find. Wait, you know what? I feel like Evil should be throwing those his four nades right now.
Yeah, he
Like,
should because
like those
he's
your
got a
four
couple of
nades should
people.
be
Oh my
exactly.
God! One more, Geronimo. Bada beam, bada boom. Another one coming through, and it looks like it's grenade galore. My
Mm.
goodness me, how are they going to survive this? And they've got a DBS lurking around as well. Look at Joe. Oh my God, there goes Neon, and you would have bet
Whew.
that Neil was going to lose that
Okay,
fight. But let me
okay.
tell you this: people are getting very, very comfortable, and
Oh
people
my
are getting
god.
very assertive in when they play. And now PUBG is back alive.
Okay, okay. So no gaming losing two players in that particular fight and taking out the boys from Neon. You can see them, trying as much as possible to see if they can get those eliminations, and they do have four of those so far. They are boosting themselves up on that leaderboard. So kudos to them so far as they are currently sitting down in 10th position, but they had two casualties in that one. Who cares to see if they're still able to carry themselves all the way up. But Neon is not a team to joke with. You can see them sitting down in that third position. So they're a very aggressive team. And for No Gaming to do quite well in that fight and take them out, definitely shows you that there is more to come from them. No Gaming is one of those teams that has quite a lot of experience in several different competitions. So they are always, ready to put up a fight and show exactly what they're capable of. So we'll see how things continue to play out for them as they are currently looking to rack up those numbers. Zen also one of those teams who, sometimes they show a little bit of dominance, but so far they're currently sitting down at that bottom half of the table. So they will be looking to have a quite big performance in today's games. They need to be up there. You know what I'm saying, Isaac? They need
Yeah,
to be they
yeah.
need to be in that second, third position if they're looking to climb all the way from that bottom half.
And it's gonna looking already bleak because already mercenaries are already pummeling them and taking two people down. If I can see clearly, I think two people have been taken down by mercenaries, and they just kind of gonna have to finish that person. And then today we expected mercenaries to also pop up, but the thing about Zen, I haven't really seen them perform to the best of their abilities. They seem to be underperforming this particular tournament. Sometimes it happens. Some tournaments are just not, you just don't have the luck, right? So you're gonna have to just grind it up, come up with different strategies, be a bit more
Mm-hmm.
pragmatic. But when
Mm-hmm.
you're being
Mm-hmm.
pragmatic, you've got teams like mercenaries who have seen your weakness. They would not let you breathe, would they? They've literally locked themselves
Absolutely.
in a gas fight, and they know for sure that they want to kill these guys. And this is beautiful from Emoji and No Gaming. No Gaming. Oh my God, is that a vehicle?
Woo!
Oh my
Okay.
goodness
Okay.
me.
Okay. 2v4. They're still doing their thing. Wait.
Wherever these guys went to, they better go to again because No Gaming.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
God, I don't think this fight will. Oh my God, never mind. It's an
Oh.
ice and hold my
Okay.
dear. What are
Okay.
you
He needs to be
saying?
careful. He needs to be
One
careful.
grenade, and that's a good grenade, though. That's a good
Yo, yo,
grenade.
yo. That was a good
Oh
move.
my
Wait,
God,
wait, wait. What?
he's
No, no, no.
almost
He
getting
better
this
win
guy.
this. He better
That's
win this. He
PBS.
better win
Get
this.
to him.
Oh no! I wanted
Oh,
that. Oh,
oh
I
my
wanted that
God.
so bad. I wanted that so bad.
That would
I
have been the
wanted that
best
so
clip
bad,
ever,
man.
bro. Pure
Yeah,
skill
yeah,
there, bro. Pure skill.
yeah. Absolutely amazing stuff from him. I mean, good stuff from No Gaming, giving us a taste of what's to come in the next game. But we now turn our sides onto Mercenaries. One thing is, I'm always very I don't know. I feel funny when I see a team fighting in that blue zone. But anyways, in Mercenaries, they do have the time. It's left with Caesar, who is left alone with four players coming from Mercenaries, and yeah, definitely it's over. It was over from the moment that his teammate Ibile got taken down. And now the boys from Mercenaries are continuing the game like they finished the last ones yesterday with 4 eliminations to their names so far. Was that 4? Okay, it's still showing 1 there, but I know that they got a couple there. They got a couple there. So I
Yeah.
guess I guess it will be updated because I think that they have 4 eliminations. But we see the boys from Violence trying as much as possible to see if they can make those rotations. His HP has now been reduced, but a couple of shots there, but not able to quite connect. But yeah, that number 1 spot has been taken by Mercenaries, by the way.
Predicted pretty right because yesterday they must have been very, very disappointed with not taking the advantage that Astro gave them.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like
Mm-hmm.
today Astro also with a three-man squad has also kind of given them a situation where they can have to be a bit more pragmatic in their approach. They can't be as aggressive as they possibly can. But right now, Zen and um Violence are absolutely taking themselves apart. And it looks like this guy's gonna have to run away. He's seen the future, he's seen the light, and he's probably
Oh
going
boy.
home.
Oh
The
boy. All right.
guy just
So
took off.
yeah, exactly, man. This is exactly what Zen needs. They're sitting down in that bottom half. They need to be getting the kills. They need those eliminations quite early on, and also getting themselves into that top position. But actually, I do think that was Invincibles that they ran into because it looks
Was that
like
invincible?
yeah. I think it was. I think it was. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure, but I think it was. But anyways, I'll just take a look at the chat and reply to a couple of people. Ghost, I see you, Nathan. Welcome to the stream. Autumn Rene, who says, I'm here for UG. We just saw UG, do some get into the action a little bit. So yeah, lovely to see. Subaku, how you? Okay, says he's here for everyone. Yeah, my G. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right, so to everyone who's just joining the stream, make sure you share to as much people as possible. Get them on, get them watching. Share to your wife, your babes, and including your side chicks. Put all your side chicks in one group chat and share the link. Okay, make sure you invite them to watch. Okay, all right. Let's get ready to
Guy,
go.
guy is dodging so many grenades. It's ridiculous. He's gonna come against you.
Wait. Is that going to take them
Oh
down?
my God!
Is that
He takes one
wait?
down. He
No
takes two
way.
down.
No way. He's burning. He's burning. He's burning. He's
But
burning.
yeah, he's gonna go for that kill. Brilliant stuff. He's gonna heal
Wait,
up. Oh
what?
my God. Umoji versus Invincibles. And it looks like Agathe or Agathe is so far away that his teammates can't
Oh
even give the
my.
help they brilliant. That was brilliant. I could just see from the way this guy was just dodging them grenades here. I
Oh
was like,
my.
you do not want to mess with this guy, man. This guy's a grenade dodger.
Bro. I feel like there's an academy for 1v3 in UG. Definitely is. Oh my god, that's a bad name. That's a bad name, man. Whoa.
Oh,
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay, escape that one.
Uh, you don't want this in third party. It's probably the best at third party in this game. They are fantastic in third party. The way they move around, the way they clear the houses, the way they make sure that everybody is the same is absolutely top notch. So they're gonna be looking out for somebody who's gonna be jumping down. So you
Agatha
see
is
they've
in
got people
trouble.
there. Oh my god, there you go. So you see how they were playing. They've got somebody back down there, wait to see if that guy's gonna jump. If
Yeah.
that guy had jumped, he was gonna take him out. That's just how brilliant Astra is. But right now, Umoja Gaming, oh my god, the grenade maestro is still alive. And look, he's got three people pushing him. Is he gonna be able to do it again? He takes one
No
down.
way.
He
There's
takes
no
him down
way.
completely.
There's no way.
Oh my god.
At least he got one victim. At least he got one victim. You know, we can say that.
That guy was like, I'm not going to hell alone, man. I'm taking
Man,
this down with everything.
man, amazing stuff coming through right there from UG, continuing to give us violence in this game and keep us entertained. Great stuff coming through from, the boys from UG there as they were able to, show exactly what they're capable of. But now we turn our sights onto the teams that are currently remaining. Mercenaries have got 4 kills to their name, and they're currently on top of the leaderboard. Now we don't know what the placement points are, but just by the previous points as well as the kill points in the game so far, they currently are sitting down on top. But we'll see as the game continues to progress who will be all the way on top. All right. So regardless, we've still got about 9 teams left. Mercenaries are looking strong. Alstrom has still got 3 players as well as Astra. 3C is now beginning to get into the mix of things too as well as they are getting attacked by the boys from Tribe. And you can see Tribe, they've got a full team. They're coming into the mix of things too as well as the shots are beginning to fly. Riley's trying as much as possible to see if he can provide some cover for his teammates. And he's sending on the shots onto that position. Quila's not looking too good as he's getting surrounded by the boys from Tribe there.
Yeah, it's very clear how this is surrounded. The grounds have got tribe guys surrounded, and it looks like everybody knows where everybody is. Everybody has at least got a good understanding of where possibly other people might be. So they've got that place really, really well locked in, and it looks like Tribe Warriors is gonna have to be here. He's gonna have to run, or he's gonna have to just go back to the lobby. It's his choice. If I were him, I would run because at this point, looking at the positioning of Crowns, they've taken that spot. They've taken it. Yeah, being smart now, very great. They had to just bounce on that play, but if these guys, as I know them to be, Crowns, are never going to allow anybody to run away, or have they changed their strategy? That is going to be something interesting to see.
Well, you can see them, they're holding quite a good spot within that zone. So they want to make sure that they continue to have that advantage. But that zone now making that shift all the way towards that southern side. There's several teams who are currently within that space already, and they will be looking to see if they can make their move. Teams like Tribe as well as 3 Crowns will be looking to move into that zone, and some chaos might definitely ensue in that spot. But obviously, Hash as well as the boys from UA who haven't gotten into a lot of action so far within the game. They're currently sitting down with 0 kills and right next to each other. They're being friendly neighbors for now, but the question is, will they attack each other, or will there be a third party that's going to come in and cause chaos?
Yeah, I think if they are going to get third party, you definitely don't want to get third party by the Unsolid Army. These guys are probably the most lethargic team in the whole group. They are so careful. They take their time. When they pounce really, really hard. And then they're just lurking around Hash. And Hash have got to be very, very careful. And it looks like they have spotted them. Skoda has definitely spotted that there's got to be at least a team in there waiting. So he's gonna have to be very, very careful and try to give comms to his teammates when he's getting pushed.
Yeah, absolutely great stuff coming through from all of these teams. But now we see Astra beginning to get into the mix of things. Mufasa, one of those players that we saw yesterday, go toe to toe against several different teams, now beginning to light up things as well. Well, they've lost Iraq boss, but they are not holding back. To be a three-man team and looking to push on to several different teams has got to be, you
Crazy.
believe in yourself. You're crazy. You know exactly what you're capable of. And you can see him just rotating around that building, trying to look for that one spot. But he's got to be careful as a potential third party too as well. And you can see now he wants to smoke. He goes in, and is he alone? Is he alone? He's going in alone,
He's got
bro.
his teammate pushing it. I hope somebody's got a DBS. If not, it will be absolutely stupid.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's
Oh
got an
my
S12K.
god.
S12K making a lot of damage in there. He's trying to go behind him, but he's got no idea. He's also going behind him as well. And now this guy at the top is going to try and grenade him, and Mufasa with a shotgun, and Mufasa has been taken down. There's a shotgun by law here. Oh my god, creatives doing their thing. I told you, you do not want this team third party, pushing you. They are absolutely deadly when they do that. Once they made up their mind, very few teams tend to survive their assaults.
Man, absolutely amazing stuff coming through from the boys from Astros. You can see them, regardless of being a two-man squad, they want to continue to do their thing, continue to push and make that damage. But the boys from Zen are trying as much as possible to keep them at bay. As Mufasa has been taken down, they're providing that accurate defense to keep their hopes alive in this game. But Astra wants to keep on getting those points. They're a two-man squad, but regardless, they want that push, they want the smoke, they want to get those Q points. But Zen is proving really tough. And we see some action going down too on the other corner with the boys from Hash Esports. One of them has gone down too as well. It's a little bit small, so I can't really see who is making that push. But my assumption is that is UA. Remember, they were together before, right next to each other. But that revive has now come through. So Hash is back to a full team. We'll see if UA does decide to continue to make that push onto their location. But now Zen 2 as well is continuing to do their thing and looking to, make their push onto the boys from Astra. But Hash Esports, as well as the boys from UA, now going toe to toe. You can see that Skoda is making that rotation around the building, looking to see if he can pull one up against the boys from UA. Itachi is on low HP. He's about to go down. That DBS in hand takes him out of the game. And that will be the end for the boys from UA. My goodness, Isaac, what a gameplay coming through from the boys from Hash Esports.
Absolutely, Ashley Sports have been absolutely phenomenal today, and it looks like Solid Army's pragmatic approach became a disadvantage to them, especially when Skoda knew exactly where they were in the beginning. They just had to wait for a perfect time to take an assault, and once they did, because they were always in that building, it was going to be easy for them to be taken out. But it looks very clear that Astrom have not really gone himself into any battle. I think they're just going to wait for the final second before they can unleash as much damage as they possibly can. As Hash is almost taking that, it looks like Mercenary is also on fire as well, almost taken down. In fact, taking down 3 crowns. So that's a huge elimination there. Taking down one of the most aggressive teams in the game, making it quite a statement indeed. And looks like Skid is currently down. He's gonna need help here. Smokes are out. More smokes are out, and hopefully he can get to him. Tribe taken down. Oh my god, Tribe has just absolutely destroyed Mercenary.
Wow.
What is going on?
Wow, I would have loved to see that. Mercenaries found themselves in quite a situation. They've been doing well so far, but they got taken out by the boys from Tribe. And that's some crazy stuff. But now we turn our sights onto the guys who was going to sit down in that second spot. It is Astrum, right here, Madness, who is our MVP, gets those extra bit of eliminations to hold on for his team. But now here comes the cavalry as Astonic is trying as much as possible to see if he can provide the cover for his teammates. They're in a 2v2 situation right next to the boys from Hash. You can see Skoda is the last one for Hash and they are trying as much as possible to see how they can hold things down. But now, Astrum actually, they did get that revive to come through. I thought that his teammate who had gotten lobbied or would have gotten lobbied there, but somehow they managed to hold it out and provide that defense against the boys from Hash, who will
I
be
mean,
looking to
Astro are
rotate into the
really
zone.
look at where they're trying to put themselves in on top of that mountain so that they can get the altitude advantage, which is exactly what I'll be wanting to be doing at this
Mm.
particular point. Seeing the tribe that's getting stuck there in that gas, he's realized his foot can just come from the gas. So definitely somebody said
Wait,
a hash are not
what?
letting
What? Did you
anything
see what he
down.
did? Bro,
Oh
when
my
he went in the
god.
zone, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Astrom are on fire, fire.
Oh my god! Oh my god! All right, so it's a 1v3 situation. Astrom, who came into the game with a three-man squad, has managed again to get themselves into a potential chicken dinner once again. They were in that spot where they continue to do well, but my goodness, Dust is not relenting. He's reduced the deficit to a 1v2 now. Are we going to see
Oh,
a
that
three-piece coming
grenade.
through from him? Oh, this nade, this nade. There's another nade that's coming through, and he gets taken down by a Stonic. And it was only delayed, but at the end of the day, it was not denied. The chicken dinner goes to the boys from Astrum, and I believe that's enough for them to reclaim that number one spot.
Absolutely, I think they deserve that. Astrom showing your dominance. Tactically, these guys are on a different level. You're going in a three-man squad in this kind of tournament and still winning, and not just winning, like getting some really, really good elimination. More than 8 eliminations to the team. That is phenomenal coming from them.
Yeah, great stuff so far. So we see Madness as well as his boys again continuing to get those elimination points and moving themselves all the way into that number one spot. Adding to his tally is the boy Madness, who was sitting down in this game with 13 eliminations altogether in the competition from yesterday, and now he's added four to that. Throughout this game, it was crazy. Today, we're seeing more vehicle eliminations. 52 eliminations in the whole team, 48 knocks, and four grenades taking teams out. But I don't think that tells the whole story because we saw so many nades getting teams knocked down. Maybe maybe we should have another stats, Isaac, that's like grenade assists, like when the grenade knocks you down, because I don't think it counts, for when, like, I feel like when you get the knock and then you finish with your gun, it doesn't count as a grenade, but that grenade knock is very, very important. I feel like there should be a stat like grenade knock, you know
Absolutely, it
but
would just be fantastic to be able to people accumulate,
mhm.
points from that grenade knock because it looks like it has to kill you before it can be counted as an elimination.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So Astrom coming into this game, getting wild, and they're one of those teams who always lights up towards the end, but you cannot overlook my man Eugene Lead. Eugene Lead, remember, he was the one who was left up for his team, Eugene. He kept on taking several different teams. Yesterday it was Yoshi. Today it is Lead. We would love to see if the two of them can light things up together at the same time, because my man was going crazy yesterday, and today Lead is taking the charge. So we'll see, how things continue to go into this game. The top fragger obviously was Lead, followed by Madness, who adds to his tally. Dust Free 2 was also there trying to, boost his team Zen all the way from that bottom half towards that top 10. We'll see if that was enough by the time we take a look at the overall leaderboard. Tribe Diablo 2 was what added, and Stonic was also magnificent for his team as well.
I mean, it looks very clear that with UG Lee with some fantastic play, I think he did almost did the 1v4 or something like that. And so, that was a really good play from coming in from them. But looking at this is the match rankings, right? Okay, so the match rankings, it looks like Astrom coming in with 8 eliminations, Tribe Warriors coming in with 5 eliminations to their name. Zenny's was in the third position with 4. and
Mm-hmm.
Mercenary coming in the fourth position with 7 eliminations. But look at the total, it's a 10-10-9. So the difference isn't still much. So based on that, it looks like Mercenary Union are still going to be on top of the table. And Crown Esports, they seem to be doing a lot of work, a lot of running around, but you're not really accruing enough points to get themselves up the table. And it looks like Astra as well, Astra Creatives, they seem to be just doing enough to just stay relevant, as well as Umoja Gaming as well. They're doing enough to stay relevant, and hopefully in the overall chat, that'll give us a much better picture as compared to this one that just gives us the match rankings for just match one.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how that pans out. Of course, teams like Mercenary, who didn't get quite the placement points that they probably would have hoped for, but still got a lot of eliminations to find themselves with 9 points at the end of the game. We'll see what that means in the overall leaderboard. Three Crowns wasn't able to get those amount of points that they probably would have hoped for. Invincibles and No Gaming too as well. Not doing quite, what would have been expected. So I do feel like with the way I look at this game finishing, a couple of teams that were at the bottom half would have climbed up a bit, but there probably is a gap between Astrom, Mercenary, and the rest.
Oh, definitely. It looks like Astrom, Mercenary, and very relation, especially with maybe Astra Creatives. They seem to be the dominating teams in terms of point accumulation. Umoja seem to have one-offs, but they don't necessarily have sustained relevance in the game and in the total league. And Madness coming in from Astron with 17 eliminations, Galaxy with 15, Demon King with 11, and Zai with 10, and then Astra again with 10 eliminations. So it's very clear. Mercenary and Astro, and you just have an outlier in Crown Esports being part of the. So it's very clear. Crown Esports are doing a fantastic job, but they're not really getting enough points to make them quite relevant in the league. And there we have it. It seems Astro 71. You have Mercenary 61, Astra 37, and even with what Three Crowns still did, is still on the fourth position, but just 2 points from Astra. So if they can just do something, they can really jump up the table. But I mean, that's gonna be like 30 points to get to the second position. Umoja as well. So clearly from the third position, that was they have a mountain to climb for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We did speak about that gap, getting wider and wider over again. And that's exactly what you see. Before the game started, the gap was at 20 points. And now it has gotten a lot wider. So our teams like Astrom and Mercenary running away with it because it looks like it's the two of them and the rest, basically, at this point. But we've also seen several different teams who were at the bottom half, find a way to climb up. Guys like Tribe, UA now finds himself in that top half of the leaderboard too as well. Invincibles and Zen are still, in positions where I think that they could do better, but we'll see, how things go within the next couple of games.
Can't wait to see how things go. And the team I'm going to be looking out for is going to be, I'm going to see Three Crowns really trying their possible best to just to keep pushing, the people at the top and try to topple them. That's going to be something that's going to be interesting to see.
All right, guys, it has been so much fun in the first game, as predicted. So we'll be back for some more action in a bit. I'll catch you guys soon. And grab some popcorn and a drink, and don't go nowhere. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, guys, we're back again for another beautiful game. Of course, the first one was absolutely amazing, as you expect in Arango. It was absolute chaos. Now, Mirama is one of those maps that's quite different. It can start off really wild, but there's always one or two moments where things go a little bit stale. We will see the same amount of action in this game. We will see, but we know that there's going to be those quiet moments. But don't be deceived while you blink as things, begin, as that zone begins to get smaller and smaller as we move into several different stages. Then we start to see those teams go absolutely crazy. So the previous game was won by Astrum. Astrum is a team which currently sitting down in 71 points and were able to create a gap between them and the boys from Mercenaries who are hot on their tail, and that gap is now currently 10 points. So, my guys, as in, there's a lot of work for several different teams to do. Definitely, there will be a bounty on Astrum's head and Isaac. Do you think they'll be able to replicate the same performance once again?
Well, that's something I'm definitely looking out for. I've been saying that it's extremely hard, especially to win two games in a row. And we haven't seen that from the first game as well, from the first day as well. So I'm definitely waiting to see if Astro can give us that. I mean, mentally, psychologically, they have to be prepared because everybody's going to be gunning for them. If you take Astro out, you have a better chance of winning the game. That's the kind of mentality a lot of people are going to be running with.
All right, so we'll see how this one begins to ensue as we do set several different teams already right next to each other. Hash Esports as well as UA, we'll be looking at them in just a bit, are right next and on top of each other. So we will definitely see two of them start to light up those shots and the bodies beginning to drop. Who does get the first knock, we'll see in just a moment. And also, there's no gaming as well as the balls from Invincibles. Invincibles have not had quite the easiest of times. As you can see, one of the players gets dropped down with a quickness as well. And Mystique will get sent back into the lobby. Both of them have had that exchange, and it is 1-for-1 on both sides. And you can see Evil looking to see if he can get one onto the boys from Invincibles with Cole in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, it is looking very tough, especially for no gaming, because he's got only an S12K. I mean, an S12K is pretty powerful, but with that level of health that he's got, I don't think he's going to be able to survive if
Mm.
this guy's actually.
Oh, but there's some problem. As you can see, Jax didn't have the heals there. It looks like he just found one, so he's going to be able to heal up and get himself back up. But now there's also the boys from UA who are in quite some difficulty too as well, right next to the boys from Hash Esports. Hash has got in one elimination against them, and now to find themselves in a 4v3 situation. Now Abubakar and his boys are looking to see if they can get another one. As Hitachi goes down, he doesn't spot Abubakar. As Abubakar is able to get that the knock to come through. Now the question is, are the rest of the boys from UA going to be backing out of this fight? Or are they going to somehow find a way to hold it down? Dan and his teammates are currently finding themselves in a situation where, they're not too sure where the shots are going to be coming from and the directions of the shots are going to be swinging in from. You can see they are quite confused. There are players on their left and their right, respectively. And this is where things now beginning to, converge on them. Dan goes down and it's just left with R2D2. And he's in quite a dangerous situation. He's in a 1v4. He's popping up with that Uzi. He's not able to quite do the damage that's required. The cavalry is coming in, and that will be the end for the boys from UA as their hope to continue to climb up that leaderboard is put to an end. Hash Esports getting 4 eliminations there quite early on in this one. And there's some amazing, amazing gameplay from them. They played out quite well, Isaac. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they played that really, really well. I mean, they didn't really let too much go. They made sure that they took out their guys when they had cover, when they had to. But these guys don't have cover at all. And no gaming are absolutely going to feel the wrath coming in here from Invisibles. But they've taken that building really, really well. And I don't know what kind of push that was, but it's just giving no gaming evil here with a very evil laugh. You could definitely tell that was an evil laugh right there. I mean, he just ran straight into him. Invisibles. That was a terrible play from Invisibles.
Absolutely, I think so too as well. We'll see how this one goes. Another team that I'm looking to see them, try to get that winner chicken dinner again. We know they got one yesterday, and we know that they have great players, Batman, Kiyoshi, lead as well. They just need to get into that rhythm to be able to do absolutely well in that final stages of the game. So I feel like if UG find themselves there, which they haven't done quite often, and I think that that's the only thing holding them back, maybe they might just do well. They lose some players too quickly. We see Lead, we see Kiyoshi, the both of them getting themselves into those good spots. A late circle, they might do well. And remember, Mirama was the map that they had that amazing clutch.
Yeah, Miramar was the map. They had the amazing clutch, and hopefully they get to do it again because this is a map where it's very difficult to sneak around because all this just plains and rock. So if you buddy is around, it's gonna pop out and somebody's gonna definitely take you out. That's what we love to see. We want to see people tactically being aggressive, and also understanding their surroundings and making use of your surroundings.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, but definitely, I do have high hopes on UG. I think that if I'm to put my money on anyone in this game, definitely it's going to be them. They do have, from what we saw in the previous games as well as so we saw them do quite well yesterday. We also saw them do quite well today with the clutches. So that's giving us some you know hope, definitely, that they will be able to perform well if they can stick together and work as a team and continue to show what they're capable of, not just individually, but together as one.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, at this point, sometimes little details are what separates the best of teams, and sometimes it would just be audio quality, hearing footsteps, the direction of the footstep. All of those things can just separate a team at this point.
But there's also some action now beginning to ensue with the boys from 3C. They have one of the players who is currently down. It'd be curious to see how that is panning out. Is that a player who is making rotations or scouting around that has been caught off guard? That is the question. Is that down to the boys from Neon, who taking them out? Actually, yes, it is Neon, and it looks like he has now finally gotten that confirmation. But the boys from 3C are not backing down as Riley's takes out one of the players, and Baby is currently down, and they've been able to reduce the numbers down to a 3v3. Quilla as well as Nexus again trying as much as possible to see if they can hold off against the boys from Neon Rising. The shots are beginning to fly right there, and Bear goes down too as well. And now all of a sudden, Neon was looking on top, but they do find themselves in the back foot. They got one elimination, but at the end of the day, my man Riley's, who is vying for that number one MVP spot, gets a couple of eliminations to his name. And 3C is still looking good. It's still looking good. They have taken over that number 3 spot.
Yeah, they've taken over that number three spot, and that is exactly what we want to be seeing. Want to see them keep climbing. I want to see them keep doing well, picking up positions, making sure that the opponents feel the wrath from 3C. They didn't start well, but it looks like they're doing very, very well today. And especially when you've got a team with Nexus and stuff. Nexus is a very experienced player, top player in the PUBG scene. So, we expected a lot more from them coming in from this particular part of the world.
Yeah, absolutely amazing stuff so far. As we do see Nexus and his boys, they did have one casualty there where they lost one of the players, but regardless, they were able to grab those points. And that's exactly what you want to see. You want to keep pushing and creating or reducing that gap between you and the boys from Mercenary. But here comes the boys again, and they're going toe to toe against the boys from Hash Esports. They've taken out one player, they've got the two, and they're going on a 3v2, but they're not relenting, they're not holding back. It's just two players left from Hash, and the numbers and the bodies just keep dropping over and over again. I do believe that there's a third party from Astra too as well. So they've got to be careful. Astra is coming into the mix of things. Hash is in a lot of trouble. They're down to the scooter. And Nate flying in does seal the deal. And here is Astra as well as 3C. But 3C were really smart how they played that. Once they noticed there was a third party, they were out of there.
Yeah, it looks like they're learning from their mistakes. And the typical 3C would have just gone, like a deer in a headlight. Just goes completely confused, just go straight to it. But looks like they've learned their lesson, so that's better. They are gradually acclimatizing to the tournament, to the needs of the tournament, to how others are also playing, to make sure that they can play at their possible best and then not get surprised by any other team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see them sitting down in that third spot. Apart from the teams Astron and Mercenaries, the other team who is currently trying to close that gap, between the top two teams and the rest. So we'll see how that continues to play out. There's also Astra who's in the mix of things too as well. We've got two eliminations to their name. The zone's about to make its move and shift. There are a couple of teams like Zen who are not too far away from it, but they've got a team. They've got Mufasa, so that's Astra, also on their tail. So teams are beginning to get closer and closer towards each other. There's also UG who is coming into the conversation. Now UG is currently sitting now with 3 kills, and this time around, it's not even lead. It's not Kyoshi. It's actually Batman who has 3 eliminations to his name. I think there's just a theme for clutches in this team. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a Hollywood team. They're doing very well in terms of getting the kills and giving us entertainment, but they have what it takes to win this tournament. What it takes to win this tournament is a little bit more of tactical awareness, not getting into fights until you have to, and then also getting into as many fights as possible. So it's like trying to strike a balance and doing the math. That is what is going to sustain a team in this particular tournament.
Don't mind me, I was just typing something stupid in chat. If you go check the chat, so you see what I type. Oh god.
Good, check it out.
All right. So we do see Hash Esports also have been taken out and sent back into the lobby. And a couple of teams are currently out of the game. Mercenaries also feeling the heat too as well as the main man, Glixie, gets taken out of the game. Obviously, that's someone who will be getting them the numbers. They haven't had the kills in this game, and they are now beginning to feel the heat and feel the pressure. Maybe Mirama is just not the map for them to show exactly what they're capable of. It does happen sometimes, and we'll see how it plays out in this one. Astrom also haven't got any elimination to their name to as well, but UG is on their tail. They want those skills. They want the eliminations to come through. You can see those nades about to fly through onto that location. Prison trying to see if he can get a knock or two onto one of the players right there from UG as he fires shots across that direction where lead is at, but he's in quite a dangerous situation. There's a couple of shots coming through from Kyochi, who has an angle and is trying to see if he can make it work.
I mean, yeah, it's looking very, very good with these guys out here. I mean, I don't know how Three Crowns are gonna make sure that they sustain this area because they've got the dominance here, but it's looking very, very tough for Mercenary, and it's like they're gonna leave this game with 0 that is peak, and they just had to face Umoja Batman, who has been on fire, and he's making sure nobody leaves that place alive. And it looks like now Umoja are trying their possible best to instill their dominance in this particular map.
All right, guys, let's go. This is that moment. You can see that things are starting to get absolutely interesting. 3C still on the mix of things, looking to get those knocks here and there, looking to continue to get those eliminations. That's exactly what you want to be doing if you're looking to reduce the points between you and the top, and that's exactly what you're into. Astra to getting into the mix of things, and this team's absolutely going wild. But UG is one of those teams too. I feel like they're going to break into that top spot. I feel like they're going to move all the way into that fourth position, and they might just take over that spot with Astra. And the thing about UG is, and what makes them really different is that they're doing all this without really getting a lot of placement points. Apart from that one, chicken dinner that they had yesterday, they don't really get a lot of placement points. For them, it's just kills, 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 getting the clutches, and continuing to consistently rack up those points. But I want to see UG get a chicken dinner with like 20 kills. I think that they're capable of doing it if they stay together, if they stay compact, if they work together. If Kiyoshi, Lead, Madman, all Batman, all of them are doing it together as one. I feel like they can give any team a run for their money.
Absolutely, I think so too, because they are very skilled players, obviously, but it's led with that teamwork aspect to help them take them to the next level. And hopefully, if they can do that, the sky is definitely not even the limit for them.
All right, it's looking good so far. We're in that moment within the zone where things are a little bit quiet, but a couple of those teams are sitting towards that northern side, towards that central position too as well. Well, there's a lot of buildings to work with around that Picado. So teams like Astra, teams like Violence, things like Tribe are currently all situated within that zone. There's 3C as well as the boys on Mercenaries who are outside that zone. Nexus is not too far away from one of the players. I believe that's Black from Mercenary, who is currently sitting down outside and is trying to send on the shots onto his position, but not able to quite connect those shots to come through. Okay, so Black is right next to Nexus, and they're about to go in a 1v1 situation. The question is, who's going to come out on top in this position? Here we go. Nexus popping out that nade, looking to see if he can get a knock onto Black. Can he send the last player from Mercenaries back into the lobby? They both exchange nades, but not quite able to connect them so far. And this is where I think Nexus is supposed to be calling in the cavalry. I do believe that he has some support that has finally come through, and they go in a 1v1. Nexus is damaged a little bit, but at the end of the day, the support coming through from Riley is able to send Mercenaries back into the lobby. So if you're taking out the guy who is on top of you and you want to close that gap, that is what you definitely need to be doing. But the problem is since Mercenaries have been taken out of the game now, the boys from Astrum, who are sitting down on top before this game with 10 points, with a 10 points gap, can even increase that lead further.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, because they actually played this game and got no kills, they're gonna have to just rely on placement because that would be they'll be very devastated if that happened, and they could play a whole game of Mirama and not get any kills. But like I said, people are getting used to the game. Like, people are getting used to the opponents. People are getting used to how the opponents play by now. So things are gonna be very, very difficult as compared to yesterday, where teams are you are gradually trying to know themselves.
All right, guys. So if you don't know what we're talking about, Astrum is currently, before this game, sitting down with 71 points. Now, the guys who were second and trailing behind in 10 points was the boys from Mercenaries, who just got taken down by 3C. 3C is in the third spot. So obviously, they want to be taking out the guys who are on top of them and reducing and taking over their position. There's a lot of gap between them and the guys who are in that second spot. But seeing that the boys from Mercenaries have now been taken out of the game, it also now increases the gap between the number one and the number two, depending on the performance that is going to come through right there from the boys from Astrum. But Tribe Gaming, if they do have something to say when it comes to this one, can be a thorn in the side of the boys from Astrum. And just like yesterday, again, it seems like Astrum may not be able to capitalize on their advantage as their numbers are continuing to drop down again. This happened to my scenario yesterday. Astra wasn't in the game and they couldn't capitalize, but now here's Astra coming
and
in.
They're getting pushed by the worst third party team.
Oh, man.
Worst third party team. What a knee. What a knee that was.
Oh my God.
Astra Creatives are the worst third party team you don't want them to be pushing you as a third party. But unfortunately, it looks like they've got Tribe to do it as well. And so this is the triangle of death. This is the Bermuda Triangle on the desert at this point.
Astro Gaming still in this fight. They've gotten a couple of those rares to come through. They're looking for, the last two players from Astrum Astrom still holding it up, still trying as
Oh,
much possible
what
to
a
fight.
move! What? He didn't know you were there. He
Oh
did
my
not know they
god.
were there. He could have taken them out. He did not know they were there. So these
That's
guys
why you
probably
gotta
heard
use
footsteps.
nades.
They has. Oh wow!
Oh my
He
god.
needs to get out from there.
Oh my god. Tribe Gaming fighting Toot and Neil. Astrom down to the last guy. Currently he would just be hiding it out, trying to see if he can cause some trouble. Mufasa and the rest of the players are currently holding their own quite well too right now, as they've got the boys from Tribe to contend with. Tribe is just trying to see if they can third party this one, but it looks like Tribe is just going to decide, hey, you know what, we're just gonna get out of this position. We don't want to risk it. We don't want to. But actually, Tribe is down to the last player as well. I think there was some casualties on their side, and it looks like
Yeah.
Astonic was able to take down a couple of them. So the last player has just decided, hey, you know what, we're just gonna get out of there. So this definitely is probably going to go to Astrom. He's Astra actually. Astrom is trying. Wait,
Takes one,
what?
takes
What?
two.
No, there's no way.
Oh my
There's no
god.
way. There's no way.
Oh my
There's no way.
god.
There's no
Oh
way.
my
There's no
god.
way. There's
Oh
no way.
my god. Mamma mia.
Oh my
He takes
goodness.
two guys down from Astra. And
Wait,
now Astra are
what?
so angry. They have got to do something about this. How are they going to play this? They've thrown a smoke on the Molotov. That could be very deceiving, isn't it?
Man, that's absolutely crazy coming through from there, man. I did not expect that. Like for me, I was just counting down to when Astron was going to go down. But remember, every single one of these points, every single one of these kill points is a gap between them and Mercenaries. So
Mm,
whether they win this or not, whether he manages to stay alive, the amount of points that they've been able to rack up, especially because Mercenaries did not get any kills before they came into this game, is just widening that
yeah.
gap.
Just
I'll be
widening that
surprised
gap.
if I see a 15-point lead or more, by the time we look at the overall leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, looking at right now, the kill points and adding the placement points they might potentially get, it's looking like they're gonna give about 20-point gap plus to Mercenary Union, and three crowns can try to see if they can do anything, but I doubt they can. And now you have to split themselves to try and. Oh my God! It looks like Astonica's taking one more person down, and so there's one more person from Astra. If he does this, this will be an absolute brilliant clutch there. And now it looks like the DBS is over. He's gonna have to rely on that AR until. Oh my God! This guy knows this building like he built it himself. He's not going through the stairs. He's just going through the holes that exist. And now he's
There's
coming with
no
that
way.
DBS. There's
There's no
no
way.
way. Oh my goodness
No
me. Yes.
way.
Yes,
No
Astonic.
way.
Oh my
No
god. And he gets
way.
grenaded as well. Oh my god. This is
Nah.
oh, this was written in the stars.
Nah. They
This
didn't
was
even give
written
him
in the
time to
stars.
celebrate, man.
Oh
Come
my
on.
god. Oh my god. Written in the stars. Oh what? Astrom
1v4 clutch right
absolutely
there.
destroying
Oh,
Astrom.
more.
And
That's
then just
crazy.
when he could celebrate, he gets needed. Like, this is beautiful. This is just beautiful. The drama, the excitement. You cannot get this anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. So smash the
Absolutely.
like button and subscribe to the channel because Charlie, what is going on here with PUBG Mobile? This is brilliant stuff. This is brilliant stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing stuff coming through right there from the boys from Astrom. As you can see them being able to rack up and continue getting those points on the leaderboard. Amazing stuff. But now we're looking at who is going to grab that winner chicken dinner. UG have lost one of the players. Lead has gone out of the game, but Batman, Kyoshi, as well as Unruka are currently holding it down here, looking to see if they can continue to rack up those kill points. The current sitting down on AQ so far. It's looking good. They got a 23% chance to grab that winner chicken dinner, as well as the boys from 3C. Be curious to see how this one continues to pan out. There's 5 teams left, and the boys from 3C are beginning to push up closer and closer towards that position where Kyoshi is at, and Unoruka has got to make that push onto the boys from 3C. So here's the question. Is Kiyoshi going to be able to clutch up the players who are really close to him, or will one of the players get taken down? But 3C getting into the move of things, there's also a potential third party coming through, so they got to be careful of that. But we're taking down Batman, one of the players from UG, and this is where, it all is going to count. The question is, will Kyoshi and Unoruka be able to hold off against the boys from 3C, or will they catch them off guard?
Ooh, it looks like that grenade hurt 3C. And looks like Violence is also just going to be waiting for his opportune time. Try Warriors trying their possible best to see if they can fight Zen here. And looks like, oh my god, was that pre-fire? He pre-fired that and absolutely took him out. And yeah, he's good at pre-firing, isn't he? Now he's got that lot of people got to do it. Oh my god, he takes two people down. He gets that finish. And that third person that's trying to heal is going for him, takes him out as well. My goodness me, there's gonna be one more person left from Zen Esports, and my goodness me, what a shamble of a push that was.
Man, Zen Esports definitely were looking good before, to grab that chicken dinner, but things haven't quite gone their way. And now we'll turn our sights onto the boys from 3C who are trying to take out the boys from UG. Now, if you want to grab that chicken dinner, definitely that's the team you want to take out because they are the ones who are going absolutely wild in this game. But Kiyoshi's still alive and we know what he's capable of. You want to take that man down, or he could stop you and be a stumbling block and grab that chicken dinner. So Riley's and Cole are just waiting for that one opportunity, looking to see if they can take down Kiyoshi and take out the last man from the UG team. There's also the boys from Violence as well, who were that team with the full squad. But this is quite a good position for the boys from 3C. If they can get that last knock, I feel like they've got one of the best positions right now in the map.
Oh, they definitely have. We have changed their style of play. Very impressive. And I did say that this particular map might suit them because now they've got no mercenary and they've got no Archon as well. So this is when they have to exert their dynamite. This is when they can go crazy because these two teams are not available. And it looks like Zen Esports is just trying to get enough kill points to just sustain themselves right now by round after a fantastic stuff. And it
Yeah,
looks like
absolutely.
this guy
The
doesn't
knocks coming through over and over again. That view that they have is absolutely amazing. They still got a three-man squad. Kyoshi is still on their tail, but they're just like, you know what? I'm gonna deal with you later. Let's take time and focus on the rest of the team. And you can see those shots beginning to ensue. Tribe is also beginning to feel the heat coming through right there from the boys from 3C. They've reduced the numbers and the deficit. Dust Free is, used to this. He's used to being the last man standing from his team. We've seen that a couple of times now, but he's got to begin to make those rotations. It's not quite easy. If he goes left, there is trouble coming through from the boys from 3C. If he goes right, there's trouble too as well. And you can see the shot letting loose and flying. It's down to pretty much what is 1 HP coming through from Riley's. And that will be the end of the game as Zen Esports gets sent backpacking into the lobby. And now it's a 3v1v1. It is looking strongly like it's a game that's going to go to the boys from 3C, but you can never say never. We saw it coming through right in yesterday's game as Kyochi in this same map was the last team member and he was able to clutch it and get that win. But it will not happen this time around as the victory will go to the boys from 3 Crowns who are looking strongly to reduce the points between them, and that's those top 2, and they're doing exactly what you need to be doing right here.
Yeah, it looks like my prediction came out right. I definitely said we're gonna be looking out for 3 crowns this particular time. Hopefully, they can show us what they've got. And Nexus coming, and Nexus and his teammates coming in with an absolute brilliant gameplay. They control the game very well. Make sure that they had tempo and momentum by their side, and they took it and they ran away. And they were very happy that our strong Nexus died early. So things have been very big up to them. And now the whole tournament has just turned upside down. It looks very likely that they might possibly pass Astro Creatives. That just probably takes them to the 3rd position.
All right, so we'll see how that one continues to play out. My money is definitely on, them doing well again and being able to close that gap between them and the mercenaries. But we will see how that continues to play out. But definitely 3C is cementing that spot in that top five position in the grand finals in this match day two. Things are looking quite great. We still got two games to go in tonight's games. You can see a whole lot of eliminations coming through from these teams. The grenades flying left, right, center. You see 52 eliminations, one vehicle elimination, not as much as we saw in the Sanhok game, but obviously what you have to expect in a game like Mibrama. So great stuff coming through, Isaac, from all these teams.
Yeah, great stuff. And then three crowns coming in with 1,843 damage to Mojo Gaming's 1,583. Knocks 8 knocks to 7. 15 eliminations, almost twice as many eliminations as Umoja. And clearly you can tell for the total points, 25 points, that's a big one. 25 points is a big one. That just puts them around, maybe if my calculation is right, around 60 or 50, close 55 plus. And so, that
Mm.
almost puts them in the third position. I think they should be third. And that's a great feat for them.
Yeah, you can definitely not rule out the gameplay coming in from Astonic. We saw him with that 1v4 clutch coming through against the boys from Astra. Mufasa and his boys found his gameplay way too much for them to deal with. So great stuff coming through, and we'll see how they're able to perform in the next games. But that's what you got to expect from the guys who were sitting down on top of that leaderboard. He was able to grab his team a couple more points, and we'll see what that means when the overall leaderboards show up.
Yeah, sometimes I get to wonder, like, how does it feel for teams to lose 1v4? Like, what is it going to be the comms in the chat? Is it going to be,
We are
oh, let's try
dying.
again?
We're getting killed. He's killing us. I think that's how it sounds.
Because I've been wondering, I'm like, oh my God, like somebody goes, somebody dies, somebody goes, somebody dies, somebody goes, somebody dies. And it's quite interesting. But anyway, so three crowns, you can see the Zai coming with the six eliminations for this particular match. Stonic with six as well. That play, we definitely need to see a replay of that. Next was sustaining it for three crowns as well. Umoja from Batman, and also Kilwa or Killa coming in with I didn't see the eliminations, but he did pretty well. Match ranking, so we see that winner chicken dinner goes to three crowns, and Mojo Gaming coming in the second position with 14 points. Tribe Warriors with 10 points in the third position, and Astrum in the fourth position. And Zen Eastwood. Well, what is very key here is the fact that Astrum still finds itself in and around the best, in and around the top tables, and that's not too good for Mercenary. Because look at the point gap. That is what 9 point gap already that exists to about
Hmm.
11 point gap that existed already. So that's 90 point gap already. And so Mercenary Union has got to really turn up the gears to even have a chance to catch these guys.
I mean, definitely, boys from Astrom are running away with it. Before the game started, they were currently in down at 71 points. Now, with this 9 extra points, they will be at 80, and we're getting close to them having a 20, a 20 points gap. So right now, I'm estimating that it's going to be somewhere around, let me see, where was Mercenary? Mercenary had 0. So it's 19. It's actually going to be 19 points gap because they had
Yeah,
a 10 points gap before this game
yeah.
started. So now it's going to be 19 points gap at the top. So if they just keep having, average games,
Decent
I
games.
feel
That's
like
all they
I feel
need.
like man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for other teams catching up with them. So definitely Mercenaries has to pull up quite an amazing amount of games. But looking at that total top fraggers leaderboard, you just see Riley sitting down with 16. He's coming in right there. He's coming in with the clutch. He's getting the kills. He's being consistent for his team, and you can definitely see it with 3C and how they're doing in the game so far. But there's also madness as well as that boy Astonic. We saw him with that clutch coming through, for his team. But my goodness, look at the assists that Riley's has.
That is crazy. the number of assists. He's got 9 assists. That means he's doing the Lord's work. He is the great apostle himself because he's moving around and helping a lot of people. Creating a lot of assists and still maintains a good amount of eliminations. And you can even tell with the number of damage he has personally done, 2,600. So that tells you how high end this particular tournament is. We've got a lot of teams that are performing at the top best.
Yeah, absolutely crazy stuff coming through right there from all of these teams. You can see right there on the way. All that. You know what? I actually, you know what? My calculation was right. 19 points on top. Look at the gap coming through between Astrum and the rest of the teams. They are beginning to run away with it. 3C has been able to close the gap a little bit. Well, not a little bit, quite a lot actually as well, because they have now come into the mix of things. Although they're 20 points away from Astrum, if they can continue the gameplay that they had in the previous one, they might just be able to get into that conversation. They're just 1 point behind the boys from Mercenaries, so they'll be looking to see if they can go toe to toe against Astro in the next game. I feel like the Sanhok game is one of those games that can go sideways. If we see a chicken dinner coming through from either 3C or the boys from a Mercenary, with Astro going out early, we may just see them, close that gap.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the math and I'm saying 3C got 25 points in that particular game. If they get 25 points a game, that's 85. That puts them on top. And so the game can easily change. Mercenary Union as well, 25 point game, they're back. And then if Astrom get a 0 point, just like Mercenary got, then all of a sudden the whole table has changed. So a lot of can happen. Now we're seeing a lot of competition because now we've got 3 teams that are vying for the top.
Yeah, some amazing stuff is going through. We will be coming right back after the break with the Sanhok game. And then in the final match, we'll be moving all the way into Erangel. Astrom taking home that first game, as well as the boys from 3 Crowns with 25 points in the second one. Obviously, some amazing comeback, getting that winner chicken dinner and moving themselves all the way up into that top. So they continue to do well for themselves, and be curious to see if one of these teams gets, who are in that second or third spot, gets another chicken dinner, or are we going to have newcomers coming through right there from the bottom sides of that leaderboard? That's also the boys from UG. Now we saw an amazing gameplay coming in from UG in yesterday's games. We saw some clutches too today coming through from them too as well from Leeds. So will we see them work together and grab that chicken dinner? They're another team who is quite impressive. There's also Astra too as well. We'll find out when we come back from this break. See you soon.
See you. Okay, third match of the day, the green evergreen forest map of Sanhok. Exciting map that brings a lot of aggression, a lot of tactical play, and going to be seeing a lot of teams that are going to be trying to take each other out quite early. I do prefer Sanhok in terms of it's just my favorite map. It's a small map. Everybody gets into each other's faces, and as aggressive as these teams have been, it usually just seems to end in like the last but one circle. Very rarely do we actually get into the final circle. So we see a couple of teams dropping close to Paradise Resort. I don't know if they're going past to Tatmok. Maybe they're going past the Tatmok, but a team has dropped at Paradise. Um, Possible clashes will probably be around Camp Alpha and then in around Time Bank and Rooms. We've got a couple of clusters of teams in there potentially give us some action. Let me know in the comments section what you guys thinking. Which team you guys are thinking is going to be winning this game. I mean, we've got a couple of great teams available. Astrom, Mercenary Union, and now 3C are really, really gunning. And it looks like 3C have taken up uh, the the ban and quarry area, making sure that they're going to be sustaining themselves in and around that area. Astra already jumping around Hating. That seems to be a very common spot for them. It looks like No Gaming have already started taking down Next Gen. I don't know what is going on with Next Gen, but in and around Paradise, this is like the worst place to probably get knocked. And now No Gaming themselves are facing the wrath from Next Gen who are making sure, but I don't think they were able to even get a single person down. Next Gen have just moved straight into the lobby. They haven't survived for more than 2 minutes in this particular map. So that must be very, very terrible from their perspective. Don't know why they're always giving themselves away in that particular regard, but they don't seem to tactically be aware of their surroundings and making sure that they don't get pushed like that. Zen Esports on his way. It looks like Cow around Cow, the state around Cow, but there doesn't seem to be anybody around that place. So it looks like everybody is kind of settled up pretty well. They're not really pushing anybody in. I think the only team to have been pushed was Zen Esports with No Gaming. So I mean, placement points that's zero for them, kill is zero for them. Definitely not the kind of way you want to start a game. Mercenary Union are going to try and make sure they take up the mountaintop in and around Camp Alpha, I believe. I think that's a very common spot for a lot of teams. Once they take up that mountain spot, they can cause a lot of damage to teams that will try to come through, and that is if the circle. We haven't yet seen the circle, though. When we see the map, we'll probably see the circle, and then we can probably get a better sense of what teams might possibly do. But do not forget how very good Astrom are. They've currently been sitting up in the top of the table with 80 points. Now they've got a full 4-man squad. That even makes them more dangerous. These guys have been absolutely formidable the whole tournament. 3C potentially trying to get maybe a similar game as they did with Irango. I mean, similar game as they did with Mirama. That game could easily give them the lead. That is if Astrom, and Mercenary Union go down without a single elimination or placement points. No Gaming I've just encountered 3C. No Gaming I've just gone berserk. They're just fighting anybody. And they've got 5 eliminations already to their name. It looks like Killer. No Evil is really pushing to find Killer. It looks like the whole team there. A whole team, and Killer is taking somebody down. But Killer is alone. He's in serious trouble there. Enigma is just trying to go around him to make sure that nobody comes close. And he's seen another person there. He's trying to get behind them, make it life difficult. And that boogie from Rizel, or what's his name again? Rizal. My goodness me. What in heaven's name just happened there? Kind of lost my feed there. I can't seem to see anything, and hopefully the network restarts. If you're just joining us, this is day 2, and ladies and gentlemen, 3C have been eliminated. I missed like a couple of the fights. The network was breaking out, so I didn't see. But I know for sure that no are definitely alive, and there goes 3C. This was the opportunity for them. There has always been this myth: teams that tend to win games, the next game they become very, very complacent. They become erratic. They don't think much about what you're doing because of the blood rush from the winner chicken dinner from the previous game. And that is exactly what has happened with 3C, where they're going to go with 0 eliminations and 0 placement points. That is devastating because that's going to give an opportunity to Moja and Tribe and also Astra to try and get up on top of them. It looks like no gaming now on a row here. They're going to be running around like a team trying to take anybody that just gets close to them. Very exciting the way they're playing no game. It looks like they've just accepted their fate. They're in the 8th position. So yeah, you might as well just have fun. So just running around making sure that they are able to cover enough ground and maintain their position. Tribe as well, nobody has really gotten themselves into a big fight. I think apart from no gaming, who have been phenomenal. Everybody's just playing a bit more slowly, and I can understand, especially with Astrom. It's a tactical. It's an upper league strategy. Once you win the first couple of games, you gain momentum. You have space. There's a gap between you and the second person. All you got to do is just make sure you get those placement points, and then get a couple of eliminations to maintain that lead. So placement points, eliminations. That's pretty much what Astrom are going to be doing. And now it looks like Mr. Union are going to have to employ a similar tactic, but they're going to be a bit more aggressive than Astrom because Astrom have already put in the work. And so there's a bit of gap there that Mr. Union have got to climb and topple off. On Solid Army here, very, very slow and lethargic team. That's their style. They play quite slowly, very tactical indeed. When it works well, they're heroes. When it doesn't work well, they look like villains. So, it is what it is. That's their style. They stay to the style and then maintain their strategy. Mercenary Union have taken over the top of the mountain around Camp Alpha. It's a very, very typical um 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 strategy in PUBG Mobile on this map. And so this is nothing new. We see a lot of top teams tend to do this a lot to make sure that they take out anybody that's trying their possible best to get up the mountain because there's only two ways: it's either from the left or from the right. And he's trying to shoot somebody that far. It is ridiculous to think you can try to shoot somebody from that far with an M4. And Umoja Gaming, I don't think they're very close to a team. There's a team across the bridge can potentially give them some problems, but they haven't necessarily um seen them. So they're probably just gonna wait it out and see. It looks like a lot of teams are realizing this third game we gotta be careful here. So it looks like on Solid Army very close to Zen Esports. He's gonna look at this opportunity. He's gonna see what he can do here, and he's missing all his shots. All his shots were missed, and he's still missing. He's shooting behind the car. Coda just taking down one person from Zen Esports.
Oof. Oh my. Apologies, guys. Had
Welcome back, Act.
yeah, well, yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I had water leak in my house. I had to address too.
Mm.
But that's been sorted now. So, anyways, we're back into the game. And just looking around, I see that 3C has been taken out. So
Yep,
that
too
team
early.
that's trying to reduce the gap between the top two and the rest has been sent back into the lobby early on. All right. So, anyways, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. There's still more games to go, but obviously, Astrum as well as Mercenaries are running away with it, and they're still holding strong when it comes to their position. Neon is sitting down in that center. There's UG also, who's in a mix of things. That's another team I feel like, okay, they need to start racking up those points. They need to get into the conversations too as well. They can, if they have a good game, then they go all the way into that top three and they open things wide up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now there's an opportunity that Three Crowns have created. They didn't have the mental strength to be able to sustain that lead that they had from the first game, from the second game, and so now they're just gonna have to wait in the lobby and see what happens, and pray that the other teams don't do so well.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see how things continue to ensue. But now we turn our sights onto the Invincibles, who are trying as much as possible to hold their own down, but the bodies keep dropping over and over again. And that will be the end for Invincibles once again as UG comes in with that clutch and they take them down, send them back packing into the lobby. Batman and Kyoshi doing the work. But there's also a third party that was coming through from No Gaming, and No Gaming now going toe to toe against the boys from UG and totally turning the leaderboard on its head. The guys who were supposed to be going toe to toe against the top of that leaderboard, number 3 and number 4, have now been sent out of the game. It is the boys from UG who have been sent packing. Now, No Gaming getting those eliminations coming through. You can see them. Is that 14 eliminations? Am I seeing well? Wait, what?
Yes, No Gaming have been on an absolute rampage this whole game. They
What?
just been running around, taking people out like it's just bread and butter, bro. They have been insane.
Nah, is that an error? I don't know. Is that an error?
Nah, they found their momentum right about now, so they're
Okay,
using it.
okay, okay. So it's working. It's working for them. They're doing their thing. Um. All right. So we'll see how it goes. Astrum also coming into the conversation. Sting will get taken down by Neon. They have
Yeah.
one of the players who has been sent back into the lobby, but Baby is also knocked down. Be curious to see if Steroids can get that revive onto him. Neon doing their thing.
I mean, it's very
Astonic.
clear the strategy that has been employed, especially with Mercenary. They've taken the top
Mm.
of the mountain of Camp Alpha because they saw the circle, and they know from experience that the circle tends to usually go up there.
All right, so we'll see if that one pans out for them as they are taking it easy for now. You see them with no eliminations, but the goal is how do they keep on getting those extra points? But you can see Astrum with 2 eliminations so far. They're currently sitting down on 82, without even counting the placement points. And I do believe that they have just gotten another one to their name too as well. So they keep on increasing the tally. They've got another knock as well again. So they're blowing that number 1 spot absolutely wild. But here comes the boys from Mercenaries. Now, if you want to take that number 1 spots, this is what they need to be doing. They need to be going up against Astrum and trying as much as possible to see if they can take them down. You can see they've knocked one of the players down, this Astonic, but that revive is coming through right now. I'll be curious to see if they do decide to make that push.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how the circle allows this game to be played. The circle is going to decide everything, and it looks like it's still holding that mountain. But mercenaries might not be so lucky. It's not necessarily in the middle of the mountain. It's looking like this particular circle might go towards around the middle of Camp Alpha.
All right, we'll see how this one continues to play out between all of these teams. Astrum somehow, this guys, teams find it so hard to take them down because
It's
they know
crazy how they're still
exactly.
surviving.
I'm telling you, they know exactly when to. Wait, they're horses in PUBG now.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
okay.
what is going on? This is on red damn PUBG Demption.
Okay. Okay, oh my God, I need to open this game and play.
Yeah.
Okay, guys,
It's gonna be fun.
who is going to show me the ropes if I decide like I'm gonna come back? Come on, I need like at least two people to nominate and be like, okay, come, let's play. At least, okay, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. At least I had like 3-4 KD before I left. So you know, who's is gonna show me the ropes, guys? Just type in the chat, buzz me, or I'll show you, or something like that. We'll see.
So
All
you're like
right,
a
so
Johnny Evans coming back to Manchester United.
I think I will stand that. Maybe I'm like okay, not even Pogba. Who likes it was really bad that left? Maybe Matic. Okay,
Yeah,
Matic was good. No, Matic was good.
Johnny
Yeah,
Evans is the
Matic
best.
was good.
Johnny Evans is the best. The best.
Maybe.
Oh my God, Itachi is like the worst possible spot. This guy is surrounded by hyenas. Oh my God. But he does incredibly well. He takes one down, but yeah, for sure. There was no way we were gonna let him kill them.
Yeah, UA getting taken out of the game. They weren't able to quite secure any eliminations on their own side, and now they will get sent back into the lobby by the boys from Mercenary. Now, Mercenary is one of those teams that, of course, needs to continue to push up against the boys from Astrum. They're the ones who are, still hopeful against the boys from Astrum, who are continuing to go toe to toe against several different teams and getting those eliminations. So Astrum wants to create that gap, widen it. Remember, before today's game started, it was just 1 point between them and the boys of Mercenaries. They were sitting down, at what was they have? I think it was like 63, 62, something like that. It was really close, but now the gap has widened. We're looking at, close to 22 points gap right now as it stands, discounting, the placement points, and they're playing it quite well. If they can end today like this, going into the final day, that will definitely increase their chances.
Yeah, and it's like right now, Astra creatives are just trying to see how they can topple a mercenary union from that top of the mountain. If they can just shake they can just shake them up a little bit and make life a bit more difficult for them. And it looks like they've understood where their players might possibly be, but they don't know that these guys have more to their far left, and they're gonna have to be very, very careful here. It looks like the circle, as we predicted. I mean, a mercenary are very close. I mean, they can just dump on top of that. But Glacy has been tipped off, and now Astro Creators, I'm telling you, they are the worst. When they're pushing you, they would absolutely destroy you. When they are pushing you, they are formidable. You stand no chance when they've identified where you are and they are pushing you. It's tough. When they have identified exactly where you are and they're pushing you, they are one of the best in the tournament.
Okay, I didn't actually see that coming. Coming in with that had advantage that the boys from Mercenaries had. I thought that they had the view of the ground, which they were going to use that to their advantage. But now they've lost two players and it started looking quite good for them. Astra is one of those teams that knows how to push. It's a surprise that they're currently, in that sixth position, and Tribe has actually overtaken them because they started the tournament looking really good. But we'll see how things continue to play out for them. And Astrum definitely seeing that will be looking to take the opportunity. You can see them having gotten a couple more eliminations to the name so far. As they currently sit now with six, they could actually finish this game with more than 90 points. In fact, the way it's looking and how it's going, they could even have a 30-point gap by the end of this game.
Absolutely. If they keep playing like this, and guess what? They've got six other nations. They've got a four-man squad. They are the second team to have a four-man squad in this particular tournament, apart from Astra. So, I mean, it's very clear that their motive has been stated that they definitely want to keep stretching up the gap. They definitely want to make life very difficult for anybody that is going to even have a thought of trying to catch them.
All right, great stuff coming through, guys. So I'm going to be using Nexus's account tonight to play. So if you want to play with me, after the games, maybe I'll come on around maybe 11 o'clock Nigerian time. I'll rest a bit, watch a movie after the games, and then I will come on PUBG. So if you want to play with me, I will be with Nexus's account, which, I'll just borrow it for the night and then play. Yeah, that's that's what's going to happen. And I'll see if I can still, clutch it up and get some highlights for myself and see if I enjoy the game. Maybe I might even stream. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. We'll
All
see.
right,
But
Johnny Evans, no problem.
but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, we turn our sides back into the game. It is Astra Creatives who have got quite a good position, and I feel like my money is going to be on them. I feel like they're that team. They're that team that can do quite well for themselves. But there's a fight about to ensue between them and Tribe. They're about to rotate along the same axis, and this is where things can begin to get really dangerous. They've got to make those rotations
Mm.
count, and there's also the boys from Mercenaries who are still in this game. They've got one player left, and they might just be the Trojan horse for against these two teams who are itching quite closer to each other.
I'm absolutely very, very certain that it's based on the way the game has just panned, how Astro creators are just moving around. I feel like it's about time they also get to win a winner chicken dinner. So if they can maintain this momentum, this could possibly be it for them based on how they played, based on the way I'm analyzing situations. But Astrom is gonna be a tough one to topple.
Yeah, definitely. Astrum, of course, they know how to continue to get those kills. They'll be slipping the kills over and over at every single corner. Just clean up the lobby. The current is in down with seven, but we talked about Tribe and Astra going toe to toe against each other. You can see two players and two buddies currently knocked down from the boys from Astra. And you can see Astra Creatives find themselves in quite a sticky situation. They're trying as much as possible to see if they can get into that zone, but the boys from Tribe have been absolutely amazing. And this one, now they've got to get into that zone, see if they can get Mufasa back up into it. And they might just be able to do that if they do have an edge of that zone, so they might not lose anyone. But no gaming find themselves with quite a deficit too as well. They have tried in this game. They got 16 eliminations to themselves, and that is a whole bunch of points. I do think if my maths is correct, that they actually took away 20 points from this game
Yeah,
alone. So no
that is
gaming
crazy.
boosting themselves up, and they might just find themselves in that top seven position. And we'll see how it goes.
I don't know why Black is not being seen. Mercenary Black is not being seen by anybody. He has he's literally just put himself on the ground and he's not moving an inch. But Astra, as I tipped them to do well, they have absolutely goofed this one. They put themselves in a very, very tight predicament where they can't even rotate. So that's gonna not gonna be too good unless they use a car to try and see if they can move around. And now they've got two of their people down, and Tribe is just gonna pick up those kills. And look at Black, who was hiding there the whole time. Oh my days! And Astra is taken out by Astro. And now It is looking like Astrom, Tribe, and Balance again. And Astrom, like you definitely know, have been running away with the game so far. They have just been a step ahead of everybody in terms of planning and execution. They have been a step ahead of everybody. It looks like now Tribe is stuck at the top. There's no way he's going to be able to jump from there. Now he does Geronimo and he's down. And Sting is looking at
Oh my God.
Balance right there, and it's got no chance whatsoever. You can use all the meds you got in the world, but there's
Oh
no
my
way these
God.
guys are going to allow you to do a three-piece on them. Hopefully, you can take at least one down, but oh my God, the grenades that kept flying. The guys from Astrom who had the PUBG redemption moment on that horse have taken the winner with the chicken dinner for the third map this time out.
Man, some absolutely amazing stuff coming through right there from Astrom as they continue to create that gap all the way. They have their second winner with the chicken dinner of the night, guys. And what looked like, it was a whole lot of gap between them and the number two spot in Mercenaries is now a whole lot more. They have reached that 100 points right now within this game. They are currently, continuing to put in the work. You can see the 5 kills coming in right there from Schizo and Astonic too as well, grabbing 3 extra kills. Madness continuing to increase his tally all the way in that number 1 spot as the grand MVP of the entire tournament. And my goodness, what a game, what a game, what a game in Sanhok right here. Astrom being absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they've taken the league by storm. They're running away with it. 52 eliminations in total, 57 knockouts, and total healings of 3,000, one grenade elimination, and 35 assists, and zero vehicle eliminations there. So that just tells you the number of knockouts to the number of assists. It's like half of the knockouts were coming from the assist, and then you can clearly see that Astrom with 2,128, so very close amount of damage to No, even though No didn't win the game, but the amount of knocks, the amount of eliminations that No had, they had 17 points total, but Astrom with the kill elimination points and then the total placement points get 22 to 17.
Yeah, absolutely. It has been quite a time, for all of these teams, and they're finding it quite hard to cope with, the boys all the way at the top. But we don't know what this man Jags is on with 9 eliminations to his name alone and 1 assist, which means he had total 10 contributions when it comes to eliminations. This man was totally on fire. Definitely the one leading the charge when it comes to, the bulk amount of eliminations that the boys from No Gaming had. You can see him leading that charge with 9 eliminations to his name. Just look at the amount of damage that he had. My goodness, what a day, what a day coming through from him. But you also got to give it to Schizo, who came in with the most damage in the game. He got himself 5 eliminations and 4 assists. He had 5 knocks, and he was able to help his team grab home that victory there. So amazing stuff coming through.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. I mean, we're seeing some greatness coming in from Astrum, and they've just been running around. Schizo, Astonic have just been fantastic, and now they've got 22 points in total. So every game they
Mm.
seem to be taking good points. Every game they seems to be at the upper echelon of things. So it's very clear where this league will be going. But nonetheless, things can really change in the last days. But hey, it's looking like Astrom are going to be running away with this one.
Yeah, absolutely amazing stuff coming through right there. Great gameplay. We do see, No Gaming in second place, by the way, with 16 eliminations. They only got 1 placement points, but that amount of eliminations boost them all the way into that second spot. My goodness, with the way they were playing, you would have wanted to see them towards the end point of the game, but we know how the zone shifts in Sanhok is never really easy when it comes to that end game. So I guess them going all the way out, getting 17 points is what they need to be doing. And we'll see what that means when it comes to the entire leaderboard and how it all shapes up.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what the overall leaderboards is going to be showing. I'm very sure that even looking at the overall top fraggers, we're seeing that Astro Madness is there, Astro Nonika is there, Astro Schizo is there. I mean, you might as well give it everything to them because look at the way they're playing. 20 eliminations, 18 eliminations, 16 eliminations, and the assists 12. I mean, 7, 8. These guys are just doing everything. They are eliminating, they are giving assists, and a number of knockouts. They're all in double digits knockouts situations. The KDs as well just makes everything click. A 3.3 KD with Madness, and we've got a Stonica with 3 KD, and also a Schizo with a 2.67 KD. So it tells you everything that these guys are the top teams in this league. 102 points in total. Astrom with 3 winner chicken dinners and in 6 matches too. So they don't even need all the matches to play, but they played 6 matches and they made every match count.
My goodness, they are currently leading with 36 points. Now it's a 36-point gap. Now, do you know what it means? Do you know what it takes to reduce a 36-point gap? I mean, these guys are running away with it. They could decide, you know what, we're not playing the last game today. We're just going to take a chill pill and go and still come out with a 20-point lead going into the last game. So I mean, my goodness, it has been quite a day. Astrom is doing the Lord's work, and you know what? What if they come back and win the next game? You know what that would mean? They could still, if they come and win the last game, that would mean that they could decide we're not playing 2 games tomorrow and still be in the lead.
Yeah, pretty much. They could decide they want to play or they don't want to play, and they will still be good. And that's fantastic. It's a fantastic spot to be in for any team in this particular league.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll see how the last game of the night goes in Arango. We still got one more game to go, guys. So don't go nowhere. We'll catch you guys soon.
All right, well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready for the last game of the day. It's gonna be at Erangel. So Astrom have already won two games today, the first and the third. Will they take the last game of the day? We're getting ready to know. Let me know in the comment section who you guys think is gonna be able to win this particular game and who actually is going to deserve to be the winner in this particular game as well. Charlie, it's been an absolute fantastic tournament so far, and I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are as well. So there's a drop, and now the players teams are going to be seeing where they will be landing. I mean, I think the circle is definitely going to be the main thing here. Where the circle goes is how everything is going to change. It's been a while. I actually saw a bridge fight. I tend to love bridge fights in the rank. It just gives like a very nice vibe where people are camping the bridge and people have to cross the bridge. And sometimes, people get absolutely destroyed while doing an ambush. And, that kind of thing is just so much fun. But it looks like right now, a lot of the circles we see so far and the Wrangler have ended up in the middle there, around the middle. So we haven't necessarily seen a lot of bridge fight, but who knows? We could potentially have a bridge fight very soon, and I cannot wait for that to happen. Hopefully, the teams are well spread, evenly spread, I would say, but it looks like the teams that are going to the eastern side with Zen Esports and if if I'm looking well, is that trying to see which team that is. Kilwa's team. So Zen and Kilwa's team in landing around the eastern part, they could potentially beat up and cause some chaos in there. We can enjoy watching that indeed. It looks like everybody is in the lobby. Everybody has a full team, so nobody's gonna have the excuse of saying, "Oh, I was a three-man squad, so I couldn't perform." Everybody's full. Everybody's locked in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the fourth game of the day at Arango. My name is Isaac Einstein from Marvel Gaming Television, and my guy at Fire will be with us very, very shortly as we get to see what is going on here in Arango. Arango is a very formidable map. I think the first game Arango was won by Astrom, and then the second game was won by Three Crowns at Mirama, and then the third game is Sanhok by Astrom again. So Astrom have got some um some affinity with Erangel. I would say they do so well at Erangel. Last night as well, I think before the games ended, they also did very well at Erangel as well. So it wouldn't be too far for them to still perform right now with that 30 plus gap they have instilled in this particular league. Everything is just going well for Astrom. Here we have Valens at 7, just trying to work around, trying to see what's going on, getting some good guns. I mean, I think the time a lot of players take to prepare themselves is quite interesting. Getting there, get some good guns. But most of the time, if you have other teams in there, they've got themselves prepared with good guns or better guns, you tend to lose. So it's very important where you land. It can be a make or break for you, depending on where you land. Let me know in the comments section which one, if we got some PUBG players here, how many, where are your favorite spots to land? Let me know in the comment section. Where are your favorite spots to land in PUBG? Astro Creatives, can they do something about the way Astro is just running around with the league? They're just running away with the league. Somebody's saying that winning a 12 match tournament with just 7 matches is what? Queen Kum Krankum. What in heaven's name? What in the Greek name is Krinkum Krankum? Can somebody explain to me in the chat? What does that even mean, guys? Neon have already got into a fight with Unsolid Army. Unsolid Army is really, really in trouble here. It looks like Neon actually is No Gaming who are really, really pushing out here. Now they're getting pushed heavily, and Neon are just surrounding them left and right. And it looks like there's one more person left. They're gonna have to push him. Shaq is making his way to push. But oh my goodness me, No Gaming and absolutely taking things to their hands. They're making sure that they are not going to get susceptible to the push. A three-man push, and my goodness me, how he was able to survive that. Now Steroids is pulling up. Is he also going to survive? This guy is cooking up a grenade. Both teams are cooking up grenades, and now it's looking very, very likely that they're going to throw in a grenade to him. And now he's going to have to deal with two different people pushing up from two different angles. How is he going to be able to deal with this? No Jax holding it down, making sure if this guy is able to clutch this will be absolutely ridiculous. He sees one guy, takes him out. Talk about timing. My goodness me, Denkau. Jax is also moving on the other hand. Looking for him. He's down 3 people already. The res is coming through. This guy's got to decide if it's going to get aggressive or he is going to wait. He's waiting, he's seeing opportunity. He's waiting, he's seeing opportunity, throws in a grenade, and that grenade takes him down again. He takes Steros down again. So this guy is absolutely certain that there's one more person. He throws it in there. What a grenade show! Mamma mia! Mamma mia! What a show of grenade power shown by No Gaming. Absolutely mind-blowing stuff there indeed. I cannot believe a 1v4 taken so easily from No Gaming Act. Oh my goodness me, you have missed a show. I hope we have some replay in here because we gotta see us some replay. My goodness me.
No Gaming starting this game like they finished the last, looking to see if they can get a bunch of kills, but I missed a little bit, so let me see how it goes. No Gaming taking out the boys from Neon. Okay, good stuff coming through from them. They did have 2 casualties though. But okay, so they are racking up this point. We spoke about them, when today's game started. That we want to see them do a lot better. But the disadvantage there though is that as the teams in the bottom half are doing a lot better, gathering a couple of those kill points, it's affecting those teams that were pushing up against Astrum.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of teams now that a lot of teams are now trying their possible best to come up here, the gap is too wide. It's too wide, and so even if the teams like No who are in the middle table are hurting teams that could potentially get closer to Astra, it just takes away the points as well from the teams that could potentially reach Astrum. Like if Mercenary would have gotten the teams that know have got and know just killed, that could help them. But now it looks like Mercenary and 3C have to be killing like Astrum, to be able to get anything because the other teams at the bottom are killing themselves.
Man, this is absolutely crazy. We're seeing, so much go down, but it'd be curious to see how this one continues to play out as the boys from Mercenary Union are doing the Lord's work for themselves, looking to see if they can reduce that gap between them and that number 1 spot, in Astrum.
Yeah, Astrum are just unbeatable at this point, but Mercy have got to put up a show. They've got to get aggressive because it's all or nothing at this point. I mean, they might as well just do it. Now they're taking down one person from Valence. Almost knocked him down. I think he's getting the res. Possibly should
they're going the res. They're going the res. But anyways, as well, we see on that kill feed too as well, Invincibles beginning to feel the brunt of things too on their own side. It's not been quite the tournament that they would have expected. You see them on the lower end, they're in 13th position and they're now feeling the heat. But then here comes No Gaming into the conversation too as well. No Gaming to the rescue of Invincibles as they take down one of the players from Astrum, and it's absolutely wild. But Tribe Gaming and 3C2 in that conversation, one of the players for Tribe Gaming is currently knocked down, and another one goes down to as well again. My goodness, two players from Tribe Gaming and 3C is doing their thing over and over again, and Riley's and Cole continuing to try to dominate, and he gets one, he gets two. The bodies just keep dropping down over and over again. Tribe Gaming down to Hyder, and he takes down Nexus. He's going in for that finish, and the shots are flying through on this corner. They're trying to make sure that they can save their teammates, and that will be the end. 3C winning that fight, but not before they lost their man Nexus.
Yeah, he had to survive that season because they looking at the point gap and they're like, hey, we can at least catch Mercenary Union now. Forget about Astro, but at least Mercenary Union. So I think that motivation just kept them going and make sure that they were able to win that fight.
All right, so we saw something from Mercenary as well as the boys from 3C, but UG is also coming into the conversation too as well. They were quite close earlier on, but they lost a bit of the mark, or a little bit of the steam in the last game. We're hoping to see them do a lot better, but we see them on the kill feed now, looking to get into those conversations. They have 2 eliminations to their name, as they took out a couple of players from No Gaming. No Gaming finishing this one with 5 eliminations, not able to take themselves into that top 5 within this game, and they have put up a spectacle so far. It'll be curious to see how they do on the final day, if they can get themselves into that top 5.
Yeah, they have to do something about this because it's looking very peak because right now Umoji have just been toppled by Astra. And so we are gonna be seeing that 5th, 6th, 7th position and probably maybe 9th position. There's gonna be like a lot of permutations going on here. Like who do we have to kill to make sure that we maintain our lead? Yeah, I think we're getting to a point where Astra creates are probably gonna forget about fighting 3C and they'll just concentrate on fighting maybe Tribe and Umoja or No or Neon to make sure that those guys, no matter what, can't topple them. So that's how the game is going to be played very, very soon, especially from today.
Yeah, absolutely. We got one more day tomorrow, guys. So make sure it's a Saturday, same time. Make sure you don't miss it. It's going to be a total spectacle. Astrum is currently leading the chart, but the question is, can another team close the gap? Obviously, teams like Mercenary, which we see right here, not actually. It's actually UG right here, but Mercenaries will be looking to see if they can close that gap. But going into this fight is the boys from UG, Kyoshi, and the rest who consistently give us quite a spectacle of doing it over again this time around. But this time around, it's not about the clutch from each individual player. You can see them working as a team, looking to see if they can do quite well. On the kill field, we also see the boys from Astrum, Sting going up against Hash, and Hash feeling the heat. They're down to the last guy on in their team. And Astrum is currently on the hunt for the last guy. It's currently Motra who's within that building. He gets up to his vehicle, but they're on the chase. The shots are being let loose, and his HP is down to 1 HP. And that will be the end of the game for Hash as they get sent back packing into the lobby.
I mean, it's incredible stuff from Astro. They do not stop. They just keep going. Once they smell blood, they have this eliteness about them. The way they play the game, and they play the game in a very high level performance. They're a high level performing team. They're winning constantly. They're keeping their ship constantly. They rarely go down like 3 or 2. They all usually tend to play with 4 men. That is incredible. That most of the games that they finish with 4 men. So it tells you everything about this team.
Yeah, absolutely amazing stuff so far, and we continue to see them rack up those points ahead. And just look at Astro. I mean, they've got 5 eliminations already. They find themselves in that top 10 again. So those points just keep going up over and over again. But we'll see if the boys from Mercenary can reduce the deficit as well as 3C. And let's continue to see how that plays out. Zen Esports sitting in that 10th position. They have one of the players knocked down. There are several different teams around them. They got to be watchful of the third party too as well in this, but UA also finds themselves in some trouble against Astra Creatives, who's that team. I mean, you know very well. They know how to push. They
Okay.
know when to take those fights. I mean,
Yeah, when they find out, most of the time in Astro dies usually when you're getting third party or somebody hit somebody up blind. But once they identify a team and they know exactly where you are, it's usually
it's a wrap.
it's a wrap. It's a wrap, no matter who the team is. Even if it's Astro, it usually is a wrap. They're very good at hunting teams down. This guy was absolutely clueless that he had a guy right next to him on his right hand side, and I don't think he got right comes from his teammates that he could have called him out.
I feel like the problem there was Oraimo headsets. Okay, I'm not saying it's just Oraimo. Just
Yeah, because
I'm
he
not
could have heard that guy
saying.
coming through along. He could have heard him. He definitely could have heard him.
Yeah, yeah,
Or maybe
yeah.
when he's taking the injection, you can't hear that sound. Maybe you can't hear
Yeah, could
when
be, could
somebody's
be,
talking.
could be, could be. Anyways, that zone shifting all the way towards that northern side where between Georgiaport and Hospital, several different teams are obviously trying to make the rotations in. You do see UG and the rest of the guys also, trying to do their thing. So those top four are vying for that position. UG is back on top. Looking to see if they can get into the conversations too as well. But Astro Creatives are still not holding back. They're not relenting. They still got a three-man squad. They're sitting on shots onto UA, who has just one more player left in the game, sitting down in 12th position, and it's not looking quite good for them. Astro will obviously be looking to see if they can get into the lobby, but here comes the boys from 3C, who are now beginning to make the rotation. Cloud and Riley's pull up into the scene, and the shots from the third party could come through against them from 3C, and down goes
Oh,
Cloud, and Astro Creatives are being absolutely insane. We continue to send on the shots right there, but on Solid Army is still doing their thing. You can see R2D2 is not relenting. He wants to get into the conversation. He wants that third party to come through, and you can guess what? He's going in for that
if
fight.
he can get in behind them, that will
hmm
be insane.
I
If
feel
he
like
can get it
he
behind
just
them.
saved Cloud because those shots coming through from
Yeah.
him was the reason why Astra didn't make the push.
Push, yeah. If they had pushed it, three C would have been dead. I think three C have learned their lesson. They're just gonna get away from there. And now he comes in and dies. I mean, he just gave himself away. He's a martyr.
Yeah, definitely. He saved the boys from 3C from getting annihilated, and now they will get to rotate away from that position and try to hold a better spot. So we'll see how that one pans out. They can take things easier for now. They're going in for another vehicle, but here comes the boys from UG turning the sights onto the boys from Zen, and lead will actually
Woo!
go down and. Ooh, his DBS not being able to connect, but here comes the nades from Batman. Will that nade do damage? That's the question. Zen holding quite a good position. They are very good actually when it comes to defending a spot, and they're making it work this time around.
Yeah, I think that guy got down by an S12K with a silence early. That thing is nasty. And now they're surrounded by 3C who have just seen some good meat in there. We said 3C have got to use this opportunity to claw up enough points so that at least they can topple Mercenary Union at this point. And it's looking very, very close, a 64 to a 69. So they need about 5 more eliminations, and it's nothing beyond them, 3C.
Yeah, absolutely. 3C still holding their own so far, looking to see if they can continue to rack up those points to see if they can reduce the deficit between them and the guys at that number one spot.
Yeah, they have to because right now they'll be running away with it, and it's very interesting because now Astrom is just level one person, and he's just gonna play it extremely, extremely safe.
Astro Creatives also in the mix of in those conversations too as well. Chop Rice has gotten knocked down. I do believe that they got into a skirmish with the boys from 3C, and they'll be looking to see if they can get themselves into that zone. Maybe, just maybe, they will get that revive to come through. But 3C find themselves in quite some situation as Kyoshi takes down Riley's. and sends him back into the lobby. And 3C losing their main fragger. And what a day from all of these guys. Finishing today, not quite at their best. Astrum is down to the one guy, but we've seen them do damage even with one player. So I'm not gonna sleep on that.
Now this guy's just called for problem. Now he just showed that 3C are gonna try and look for him and hunt him out, especially if they have a feeling that it's just one person, they might do that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Kiyoshi continuing to do his thing, and you can see the picture right there. You guys know who it is. The picture is there. Yes, Kiyoshi is real. You guys have seen it. Kiyoshi is real. In case you didn't know, now you know. Okay, you've seen the picture, so it's not a secret anymore.
Oh my god. Drive-by shots. And Kiyoshi right from behind them, see Cloud Killer. Just making sure that he doesn't have an opportunity to turn.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna say Rio. Rio doing the damage on the boys from 3C, and you can see him, continuing to do his thing over and over again. He's taking out two of the players from 3C, definitely spoiling their charge all the way to reduce the deficit between them and the boys from Mercenaries. And they want that spot. They want that number 3 spot. And obviously, they are closing the gap on that. And maybe this amount of points that they have might just be enough to get into that 60-point mark and get them into the conversation directly with the boys in that top 4 spot. So everyone is fighting for who is going to be taking home that number 2 spot, because at this point I feel like nobody's taking away that number 1 from Astro.
Yeah, Astro have just cemented themselves, concretized their position. They are Mount Zion that can never be moved at this
Hmm.
point. But at least for pride, the other teams, second, third, fourth, will probably try to see their possible best how they can get closer to them, so at least we can say, they were second or third at this point.
Hmm. All right, so we'll see how that one hands out between them. Invincibles also in that top 8. They've not been able to replicate, the performances that they've had in many other competitions, and it's not looking, quite the best for them. But now here comes Agatha. She gets one elimination as she takes down one of the players right there from Zen. Boss MVP is also down to as well. And also with the third party is coming the boys from UG. Kiyoshi looking to send out the shots onto several different teams. You can see him just lacing the shots onto Code right there, but it's not able to drop him down. Neither shots connected. It's pretty much just 1 HP. And my goodness, what a time as all of these teams are going totally wild.
Yeah, at this point, Kyoshi's just on a rampage at this point. And Umoja has got 10 eliminations, the highest eliminations in the game. So they're running wild. Umoja Gaming Kyoshi is on fire indeed. But he's just got one kill. Batman and actually Naruka are the ones who have been really doing all the work. But Kyoshi's positioning and his ability to navigate difficult situations makes him quite formidable.
All right, here we go. I do believe that we're about to see another action ensuing as Invincibles have just pulled up into this vicinity right next to the boys from Mercenaries, as well as the boys from UG. Kiyoshi and his team are currently sitting down on 10 eliminations. They have been doing it just as a 2-man squad. And this is where I believe that while other teams are making their push, we're going to see, Kiyoshi and the rest doing their thing. Nice pick coming in right there from Rio as he looks through and is able to back off quickly. So
Yeah.
good stuff.
Because you can't look at the same place twice. It will be really stupid to look at the same place twice. Because they're already gonna be pre-aiming that spot. So you have to change things around. Oh my God, what a need from Zane Payne, inflicting a huge amount of pain on Kiyoshi. And now Kiyoshi has got to crawl to his mate here to see if he can help him heal. And when that is happening, Astra is pushing, and everybody are gonna be pushing. My goodness me, this is not looking good at all. And now Invisible seem to be in the perfect spot there. Kiyoshi is gone. Astra have done the Lord's work, and it looks like Astra has got 3 people alive, 3 healthy people, I would say. 4 eliminations to their name. But interestingly, we've still got Astrom. Astrom are still alive, but we don't even know where they are.
Okay, here it is. Astrum still with that one player. They're always looking to rack home those points. They've gotten so far 9 points from this game, so they're going to be able to increase the gap even further than it already is. You can see that nade bouncing into that position. Agata just getting out of dodge right there. Astra Creatives continuing to hold their own and do their thing, trying to see if we can get into quite what is quite a good spot. There's a lot of teams converging around this region, but because they're buildings, they can still, take it easy for now. And we'll see when we get into the next stage how things play out.
Yeah, 16 alive, and it looks like Astro Creative Chop Rice has just chopped some very good chicken because he has just been made mincemeat there.
All right, we'll see how things continue to bounce. Astro Creative still in the conversation. Agatha sending on that nade onto the top of that building, but E63s is able to. Is it E63s or E63s? I don't know, guys.
Hey, I don't even know how to mention his name.
I hope it's just
has been
one of
eliminated.
those cool things that I don't know.
Oh, the lack of having that circle drop right there, giving you the opportunity to jump right into the house, to get into the opposite house and probably cause damage by throwing some grenades in there. And it's like right now, Gase is down. They've got to go in as a team. If they don't go in as a team, Mercenary are going to take them off one by one, or they have decided to split. That's how confident Astro Creatives are. One person can deal, the other person can do that team, and we will deal with this guy here. 5 teams alive, 11 people alive, and we still have Astrom. My God, where is Astrom?
And I'm not sure, but I feel like he's the yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's Schizo
yeah.
there.
That's him right there, Schizo. Yeah, yeah. But
But this guy,
my money to win this game is definitely going to go to the boys from Mercenary. I feel like as the
yeah,
zone is shifting and a couple of teams need to use their smokes quite effectively. Demon King is in a position where he can spot a couple of teams. So we'll see how it plans out. But the bodies are dropping over and over again. And it's
Zipping
Gleesy who
Astra,
gets dropped down.
they've long awaited a win.
Nah, they've
They've
blown
long
it. They've
awaited a
blown
win.
it.
Astra Creative, they've long awaited. They've deserved the win, to be honest, and hopefully they can get to this particular game. But when you have people like D1 Kid and Schizo waiting and lurking, it is not
Yeah.
an easy task. It is not an easy task.
Yeah, definitely not an easy task for them as right now the boys from Invincibles have got a two-man squad too as well. Xanit is looking to make that push. You can see that they are making the smokes count for them. Demon King is inside that zone, just healing up. He's gotta move. He's gotta move. I feel like he's done. I feel like he's done. I
Oh
don't know.
my God.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
done.
Schizo
He's
just
done.
waiting for you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Astra
done.
Creatives are pushing. And Schizo is still causing damage. This guy.
Hmm.
Astro
Ah.
Creators definitely deserve a win here. Hopefully, they can get something going.
All right, so it's Astro Creative versus Invincibles. And are we going to see something from the Invincibles? Are they going to try as much as possible to see if they can bounce back? But then you cannot still rule out the boys from Astrum
Yeah.
clutching their third win of the night. You know what he has to do? He just has to watch Astra
Oh,
and
that name.
Invincibles fight each other
That
out
name.
and then
Yeah, just
third
wait.
party.
He's just gonna have to wait, man. He's just gonna have to wait. And it looks like the circle is gonna cause some big problems. Schizo is ready. He's ready. He's running around. They don't see him, but they do see him. And now Astra's got an opportunity to push that. They're pushing that heavily. And Mystic is one shot, but he gets that heal right there. And Astra are moving together. They see somebody drop in. Ladies and gentlemen, as Isaac Einstein has predicted, Astro Creatives guess the winner chicken dinner. Man, I'm good with our predictions.
Absolutely amazing stuff coming through right there from the voice from Astro Creative. Long overdue, and now they are back into the conversation as well. It'll be curious to see what the overall leaderboard says, but they've got 72 points, and they're not looking bad at all.
They're looking bad at all. We get to see at least how far this can move for them because this could easily take them onto maybe third position. Who knows? We'll see how many those they got. Total was 9 nations with their name. Hopefully with the match points as well. That could be some good amount of points for them to get into the top echelon of the leaderboards.
All right, it's looking good. It's looking good for them as well as their other teams, and we'll see how things continue to build up right here. So Mufasa, as well as his teammates, will be looking to see how they continue to boost themselves up into that top spot in the leaderboard. But my man E63 Oh, he's 60 years. I don't know. I don't know.
I have
But he
no
got
idea.
7 eliminations. I think he would be the MVP of that last game. I don't think there's anybody else
Yeah.
who got more than 7 eliminations. A lot of grenade eliminations in this game, vehicle eliminations too as well. The teams were going absolutely wild, and we'll see what that means in the leaderboard.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love the way there's a lot of knockouts in that match. So it tells you a lot of people who are rest. It just tells you the aggression that was assumed. And now Astrum with 9 knocks, 5 knocks to Astrum, 9 eliminations from Astrum. So I mean, to be honest, Astra deserved the winner chicken dinner, but Astrum made sure that they maintained their leadership spot. That was the most
Mm.
important thing for Astrum.
Definitely. They got 9 eliminations. They found a way to get into that conversation. They were in third place, and that is some points for them. So man, they got more than 10 points on this game, definitely increasing the gap once again. And I still think that with the amount of points that they got, it's like a 30. It still will be a 30-point gap. So I mean, they come in tomorrow and they continue to do the same thing. They just need. I feel like they just need 20 points tomorrow and they win.
Yeah, yeah, they maybe just need a couple of points. Just make sure that they stay in the game. So even tomorrow, they don't have to run around killing people. They can just go with the placement points, and that could easily get them the win.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what that means for them tomorrow and how they continue to do. Just some average points is going to keep them doing quite well. Except, of course, we see Mercenary 3Cs and even UG do a lot well in tomorrow's game. But in the grand final in match 8, you can see Batman getting 5 eliminations. Kizo, as well as the boys from Astra E63 doing absolutely well. But no Jax too as well, getting a couple of points. We saw him in the Sanhok game be absolutely wild, and he's come here again and he's got in 5 eliminations. I feel like he is doing enough to get into that top fragger spot.
Yeah, he's doing enough to get in there, and I think if he's always finding himself in there for some reason, it is just crazy how he's able to sustain himself there.
Yeah, amazing stuff. But going through in this game, it was actually more than 10 points. It was actually 14 points that Astrom took away from that game. And considering the fact that they started off the game with 102, that means they will probably be at 116 now. And we'll see what happens to a bunch of other teams, but Astra
Mm,
got a whole lot of points. I feel like that may be enough for them to go ahead of 3 crowns. We'll see
yes,
what that means
this is
when we see
key.
the overall leaderboard. But my goodness, what a game from all of these guys.
Absolutely. And what is very key here is if you look at the top 5 positions, there none of them apart from Umoja Gaming is contending with a spot with Astra. So that's really, really good for Astra. That means that everybody else have just lost a lot of points. And these Astra guys, Astra creators have gained a lot of points to try and close that gap. So that's very, very key. Because if a lot of the teams that we're battling with were closer to them in the top spot right now, it wouldn't really matter. But because they're further away, then it makes sense how far they can really, really topple off.
Yeah, we're talking about Jax getting into that top fragger spot, and you can see him with 19 eliminations. And to think of it, I mean, to think of the fact that he's just 2 eliminations away from Schizo, who's the guy who has had the most eliminations in today's game, is quite impressive. But you can't rule out the fact that Schizo has 13 assists, and he's sort of like the assist leader in the games. But Riley's is also not trailing too far behind, as he's got 20 eliminations to his name too as well. Madness as well as Astonic have been continuing to do the work for their team. So imagine that Astrum has 3 players in top fragger.
Absolutely. It just tells you everything. They're running away with it. Look at the damage that you're making. The amount of damage you're making is ridiculous. And there we go. Astrocrate is on the 3rd position with that winner, chicken dinner. That is how important. They are 1 point away from Mercenary Union. That is crazy what one good game can do to you, Act.
Man, that's absolutely crazy. But my goodness, for the boys from Astrum leading the charge with 43 points, guys. Let that sink in. 43 points lead. This guys, I feel like if they come into the tomorrow's games and they like all they have to do is get like 20 points. 20 points tomorrow, and it's guaranteed. Like Mercenary will have to win 2 games with 10 kills minimum.
Yeah.
You have to win
like
2 games with 10 kills minimum to even like be in that conversation. I mean, it's not like Astrum can just go and sleep, because 43 points is just like 2 games, away. So Mercenary would need Ash to land on Astrum, take them out, and then go and try to win the game. And they'll have to do that twice. That's the only way they can stop them from winning.
And right now, what is crazy is right now you can't even talk about Mercenary Union without talking about Astro Creative, because they're literally in the same spot. They're just 1 point away. So just exactly what Mercenary Union is going to be doing to try and topple Astrum. Astra is going to have to do the same thing to make sure that they can also try and topple Astrum.
I feel like somebody should just risk it, go all out. Like, you have nothing to lose. It's the final day. You either win or you lose. And I know that sometimes, when there's money on the line, people be like, you know what, I'd rather take the second. But I want to see someone just be like, I want to get that #1 spot, and I need to go all out. I'm going to land on Astrum and try to take them out.
Well, it's going to be high because I'm sure it's going to be a prize pool, so it's not going to go to the first one. Nobody wants to drop points at this point. Tomorrow, everybody's going to be very, very careful how they're going to be playing to make sure that at least they can maintain their top spot in the league.
Well, yeah, absolutely amazing stuff. Today we had 3 games, but the boys from Astrum increased their points tally. Coming into today's game, they were on top, but they had just 1 point difference, and they're finishing today at the end of the games with a 43-point lead. Astrum putting in the work to make sure that they could increase that gap. But never say never. We still got the boys from Mercenary and 3 Crowns who are trailing not too far behind them, as well as the boys from Astra. So we'll see what that means in tomorrow's games.
It's one of those games that a lot of teams are going to be gunning, especially the first, second, the second, third, and fourth teams are going to be gunning to see what they can do to try and topple things off. And I cannot wait. I'm quite excited to see how things are going to be panning out tomorrow. I cannot wait, Act.
Yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow is going to be our final day, guys. We're going to meet the same time tomorrow. So make sure you're prepared. Send out messages to everybody. Hit that like and hit that subscribe. And we'll catch you guys same time tomorrow. For now, it's bye-bye from us.
Bye.